Hey yo, this your man Brian Osley, aka Mr. I Hate Earth, aka Mr. Logo, and today is a very special day because BoomBox Life has reunited and we recorded episode 100. After a 2-year layoff, we've been stuck on 99 for 2 years, but we got it done. Shout out to Twitty, shout out to the Drunk Unks for helping make that possible. And here it is, man. History. Episode 100. Brian Isley. Saquion Gillette. Maleek, Cool Breeze, Coolberry, and the one and only Canil 1000. Enjoy.
We created BoomBoxLife.com. We talk about relevant issues in the hip-hop culture. We created BoomBoxLife.com to shine a light back on lyricism. I wanted to, bridge the gap. We're not only talking about rapping, we're talking about dancing, we're talking about graffiti, the way you cock your hat when you walk out the door. That's hip-hop. And that's BoomBoxLife.com.
Yeah, and we.
So is anybody gonna do a live beatbox version of the BoomBox Life theme music?
You're going to add that on there later, right? You want to add that on there later?
Yeah.
All right.
So when you want us to just start the show, you need a certain amount of delay or just going?
Oh, we rolling.
Well, come on, host.
We live
Don't act
on?
like you don't
Look,
know.
I didn't know if we were going original lineup host or what.
Whatever.
Well, we're gonna
Oh, share it?
we're gonna
Let's
do our
do it.
original. You start talking, and then we just kind of take over.
I understand. I understand.
Go ahead, then.
I understand. You can bring us in, brother. Original.
All right, cool.
This classic.
We sorry. We good?
Yeah, we're on.
Oh man, welcome everyone to a very special day.
Yes, sir.
This is officially episode 100 of BoomBox Life Radio. I am the OG host, I suppose, Brian Isley, and I'm here with the original members of the BoomBox Life Radio panel. Man, this is surreal, man. This is amazing. I'm gonna start with the founder and co-host of BoomBox Life, Saquion Gillette. What's happening, man?
What's
We
good,
back.
brother? What's good, brother?
This is amazing.
How's everything going?
This is cool. I'm alive.
Hey, man. This is look.
So this
I'm
is
excited.
amazing, and we got Maleek, Cool Breeze, Coolberry for at one point I believe it was like 40 or 45 episodes. He was the host as well, so we're gonna be sharing co-hosting duties. What's happening, brother?
Man, I'm chilling. I'm just happy to be here. This is we owe this to y'all. We owe this to ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
We definitely
100,
did.
baby.
Absolutely, and last but certainly not least,
Yes.
with the well-traveled artist supreme, Canil 1000. What's going on, bro?
What's going on, brother? What's going on? What's going
Yo,
on?
Saquon hit me up yesterday. It was like, yo, bro. I was like, what's up? Sent me a picture of Canil. Was like, you ready to do BoomBox Life? I was like, nigga, what? Yes, absolutely.
Facts. With bells
Absolutely.
It fell into place in literally 5 seconds. Like I got
What?
next to him, he sent the picture to you, text you,
Yeah.
boom, it was
Boom.
happening.
Happening. But this is the first time we all been in New Jersey in a couple of years.
Right.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Facts,
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, man. So let's get down to business.
Yeah, let's go.
What we gonna talk about first? Because we got so many, and we don't have any constraints, time constraints. We could
I
go.
was about to say, because this is going off the
You
rails.
know
or
what
something.
I mean? we not on the leash anymore.
Yeah, you need a one. I think we should do a recap because we've been doing some things.
Oh,
since
stop.
Should we go around the table and talk about what we've been doing since the last episode of BoomBox Life, which was, I believe, in August of 2017. Woo! So it's been almost exactly 2 years.
Wow. That's crazy.
Wow.
So oh my God. Amazing. Yeah, we should go around because we've been doing some fantastic stuff since we broke off and started doing our own individual ventures. So
absolutely.
Saquion, man, just tell us a little bit about what you've been doing over the past 2 years.
Well, the main things are I did leave New Jersey. I'm always back and forth, but I wrote a book, and the book was called Cell City. It's doing really well. My first book, and from that we are now adapting that into a series. So here we go. So yeah, we're in the middle of that right now. We're actually going to start casting on that next week.
Oh my God!
Man. That's what's up.
That's amazing. I would ask for a round of applause, but we ain't drink champs. So we're gonna chill on that.
As long as you got the noise maker and a kazoo, we good.
They have kazoos.
That loud horn thing. I call it a kazoo.
Jesus Christ.
Kazoo like.
Canil, man, what's up?
Oh, we can't jump over the man. We can't jump over the man, brother, because I've been seeing you all up and down in my way, the south. I was going
to save it for last.
He unfriended me, but I still stalk him. He unfriended me, but I still stalk my brother.
Shots fired. I did.
Look. I'm gonna let y'all know right now. I'm gonna let all these other shows know right now.
Let's off the rails already.
These other shows right now. Just because you beef don't mean you're not family. He my brother. I'ma stalk him. He closed the window. I'ma still peep. He locks the door. I'm right outside. That's what I do. That's what I do. I'm sure some of y'all witnessed the literary massacre he was throwing at me on Facebook. I don't care. He's still my brother. I'm still stalking him. That's what family do, bro. That's what family do. You see how I did it, right? I came right in, sat right next to him, gave him a hug, got back to business. That's family, people. My man is doing it. Brian Isley.
You ain't the only one stalking me either. That's neither here nor there. I'm pretty sure we'll talk about that as time goes on.
I'd love to hear more about
it. Hashtag vroom vroom.
Knee slapper.
Yeah. Look, you see that, right? Sit down like we never left.
Right.
Sit down.
Oh my God, Canil, tell us what you've been doing, my brother.
Bro,
man.
I moved out of New Jersey. I always been running around and doing different things, but I actually transplanted my entire family out of New Jersey, all 6 of us, down to Atlanta, Georgia, where I wanted to get into a bigger pool and kind of swim with the sharks of my industry. And I kind of, before we left, you guys knew I kind of lost all my equipment due to some burglary issues and stuff like that, and they were trying to give a brother insurance installment. that wasn't too hot, knowing I had to move like 1,000 miles away coming up. So I went down there, hit the grind. I went old school. I got a shop, started airbrushing again, like just straight up airbrushing again. I started a toy company, and I also got into real estate down there. So I had to hit the ground running. So I'm trying to kill them down there. We got a lot of extended family down there that follow us too. Shout out to Sean Moore, Ollie Moore, Alan Davis, Eric Mitchell.
It's a
Ron
little.
Thompson, like,
it's a little Salem.
I didn't know they were all fans.
Yeah.
Sean Wright, I didn't know they was all fans. BoomBox, like, I got down there, they was mad at me.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Oh wow. Yeah.
Sorry, we're back. Enjoy.
I got a new album. Flash is lonely in the South.
It's lonely in the South.
I can already finish this out.
Right.
It'll be out next week. Let's go.
That joint was packing on the truck, ready to go.
I was watching that with Dreads one day, and I had to stop. I said, wait a minute. You realize the level of dirtbag? It's not that he had an album with.
Right.
No, this is the 60s. When somebody had to take magnetic tape, ship it to somewhere else to get an album. It took months. That meant he was doing this for months. And they found a way to not tell none of his bandmates. Because you got to have a band. So he had to go to a whole different band for the people that they had playing their live sessions. And got it packaged, put together a marketing campaign, and shipped it and had it ready for stores with
Next week.
distribution. Next week.
That's before the internet too, so you know what that much leakage.
Right.
You can get that off.
Flash was a problem.
Bro,
Flash was wild.
be out in the AM.
Flash was a problem.
Maleek, what you been up to over the past 2 years?
While
man?
everyone is moving away from New Jersey, I moved back to New Jersey because I was in Delaware at first when we were rocking. So bought a home out here.
Bro.
It's gonna sound very domestic.
Bro.
What's up?
We want to hear about the geology. Tell us about that rock. Tell us about that rock, boy. Like all that other stuff is pale in comparison, bro.
It was gonna go that way naturally because all right, so as y'all know, I'm about to get married.
Yeah, brother.
A week and 5 days.
Yes, sir.
That's the count. That's about to be the bash of the year.
Yeah, bro.
That's gonna be jumping.
Why, yes.
That's gonna be jumping. So
as long as you're not making me drinks, I'm good.
I'm taking a night off. So alongside of that, I guess we found a way to blend it professionally. Kel and I, we did a soft launch of Beauty in the Breeze, which is a podcast / blog that we're looking to, get up and get out there. I've also had some conversations with this fly dude over here about some ideas coming out in the book realm as well.
I got you.
We won't divulge all of that.
Yeah, it's looking nice though. It's looking nice, bro.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. It is looking nice. I saw some samples. Yeah, it's about to be crazy. So, working on that stuff and really just trying to be here, man. I'm appreciating y'all brothers right now.
Yeah, man.
I just need to hear about the tour and when I'm going. I'm trying to be in Harlem. That's in November, right? December.
Yeah, December 5th.
Please, sir. I'm deferring to you right now.
And I just want to know, I'm only your friend right now because you're about to blow. Nah, tell us, bro.
Oh, man. So, yeah. Over the past couple years, things have picked up quite nicely.
Quite.
Dropped 2 albums. One's called Logo, Laugh or Get Offended. That's at 500,000 streams.
Score!
I think the terminology is he dropped 2 classics.
You want Flex Bomb or Clue Bomb? I think it was the Clue Bomb.
Cool. Dropped no Flex Bomb. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're both available on all streaming platforms. I prefer you download it on Tidal because they pay more per stream. That's just me.
Hey,
shout out to Hove.
Not wrong with more money.
Speaking of shout outs to Hove.
Who's claiming it? Whose child is that?
It's like Styles and Kiss.
Yeah, absolutely. A little premature because I wasn't done shouting myself out.
Shameless plugs continues.
Now, see that was one of those lobs from 3/4 on the court. So you got plenty of
No.
there.
That's that.
Game time.
No, that's that
Gary Payton.
Yeah, the Gary Payton lob, the 3/4 court lob.
Yeah, that's what that is. So it's still in the air.
Yeah. So the 2 albums. I've been up and down the East Coast trying to make people laugh and stuff like that.
Ain't no trying.
I'm about to say
You've
trying.
been in some tough spots.
I've been in. Yeah. It's been fun. It's been fun just traveling and hitting these stages and just building a fan base. I could say now after 2 years that I have an actual fan base, and that's dope. There have been some bumps along the road, more personal than comedy, and that will be all chronicled on the 3rd album, which I'm tentatively titling "Crying in My Camaro."
That's dope.
That's how you do it.
It's either that or I'm more Peter than Jesus.
Hey, he pulled the sword on him.
Bro.
I like that.
So many levels.
Like that.
Yeah. So many levels.
Bro.
So December 5th
Yes.
is the Apollo. I'll be performing at the Apollo on December 5th. That's Thursday. Tickets are already on sale.
We in that bit.
Ticketmaster.com.
Yeah,
We making a night of it.
We in there. Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Yo, Alof Harlem, absolutely fire that hotel. Even though I do want to try to find one of the
Definitely.
local brownstone spots too. But the Alof Harlem is hot on one of those local joints.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
we gotta make a night of it.
How much does it cost?
I think the Alof is like $275.
Alof is
or
$200
$399.
in Maple Shade. So
Yeah.
I know
I
it's
can imagine. That's why I
It's
asked.
about $275.
That's not.
$300 a night.
Well, that's not bad for where it is.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
But still, that's female logic.
yeah.
So yeah, please download the album. Please
Bugatti.
get your tickets for
It's only $1 million. Could you believe that?
only.
They're usually $3. This is a great deal.
Right.
So yeah, but
Maleek, are
back
you
to
on the
that.
live? My fault. My fault.
No, you cool, baby. You
I was
cool.
just going to say, make sure you keep us in so we can respond to people.
Oh
Absolutely.
no, this is I'm actually in that live.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
Yeah,
make
Okay,
sure
yeah,
you
so
let
that's
us know.
what. But I'm not seeing the comments though.
because you gotta get off that part. You gotta go to the actual.
You just might not be popular.
Ah.
Too. That might be it.
Somebody's grandpa.
Yeah,
Go
it's,
ahead, explain it to him.
Fact, look, like I got my glasses down on the tip of my nose.
Right.
How you work that there?
so let's get back to that lob.
Oh,
Shout out to Hove. Hove has been all over the place, and he's been doing things like getting people representation for legal troubles, paying people's taxes, and
justice systems.
absolutely, Jay just a one-man gang for justice right now. And recently, he just signed a partnership with the NFL, and it's been very polarizing to say the least.
Yes,
I don't get that.
it has been.
I get it. People are stupid.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You need to descend.
Yes,
You need
yes.
to descend.
And who better than
Descend.
Descend
That's right.
than Canil 1000?
So I completely applaud him getting a seat at the table on his own because it's we had no representation in
At
that
all.
arena
At all.
My thing is two parts. One, Cap was bringing awareness to social injustice. It really had nothing to do with the NFL. He just happened to be in the NFL.
Yes.
Okay.
Facts.
So that was the first part of it. So Caps probably were like, hey, Jay, I still ain't got no job and they still shooting us on the street. Like, bro. So that could probably be a conversation going on in Cap's head. The second part is Jay-Z's public consistency on his opinions about repping the minorities in this sort of situation. Previous to this very, very public move, all of his moves are either been, I'll keep it quiet, or I'm going to wait on my moves until I know all the facts. Basically, amounting to nothing visually that he has done, publicly, I would say, that, people can stand behind and say, it's been done.
Okay.
We got some of our grandsons out in the hallway. They need to be changed or something like that. I don't know. I don't do the diapers around here.
You can say that.
We got Night in the house. Night Night. The best voice in radio. Night Night.
Canil's like 87 years old. Should be
That's so great, dude. But I mean, shout out to Night Night. You know what I mean? Taking the realm and going with it.
Good, we
Taking the
just
helm and going with it, I should
had a
say.
fan moment, that's all. That's on my Facebook. That's on my
But what I was saying was like, his public consistency as far as being outwardly repping that particular situation, and it's been going on all of our lives. He hasn't really been out there as prominent as this particular move, so it doesn't seem consistent with the other moves. It purely looks like it's promotional and for a self-gain thing. I know that's what it looks like. I don't believe that's what it is.
No. But I think
I
he's been
understand that's what it
trending
looks
this way for a long time. You know what I mean? So I don't think that it's that. I just think that the majority, everybody wants to have the end solution immediately. And I don't think that we're in a space where we can have that. So there's gonna be time, a period of all-out criticism until something happens. Now, myself, I feel like if anybody gives me a track record, that's what I'm gonna go off of. So his track record for me says, I'm gonna see what he does. If nothing comes of it, then I'm gonna have to criticize him. But until then, I'm gonna.
Or if nothing comes from it due to his lack of effort.
Yeah.
If nothing comes from it because he was stymied, then that's not his fault.
Personally, I think we're missing a very, very big point that comes with any kind of social reform, especially when it comes to minorities. It needs to be done publicly by us. It has to be. These under the table moves or behind the scene moves, that doesn't break a ceiling for us. It doesn't break the ceiling for the rest of us.
Right.
That's why it's so important to do it publicly. If you're going to fight or you're going to make a change, it's important for us to do it in front of us. It gives the rest of us fuel. That's as much as criticism as we get about Obama being president. He didn't do this, he didn't do that. What he represented as Brian has said many times, there's a whole generation out there that believes black presidents are just normal.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
he had a whole joke about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he speaks on that, but that's real.
Yo, it is real.
It's real. Like,
because I thought that we were never going to see that.
Facts.
My plan don't live in a long time.
Exactly. Like, I'll have discussions with my children, and they're literally looking at me like, Dad, like, you're crazy. Like, we can have black presidents anytime we want. Like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That was not the case until it was the case.
Right.
43 of them before that says otherwise.
It's crazy how they were born into that. Like, that's just real.
That was true facts.
That's just real.
Which lets you know the power of that, though. Right. We always talk about the power of symbolism, even with the Confederate statues and stuff. Right. You build statues for a reason. So when you take them down, it's for a reason. You can't build them up, put all the effort into building them, but then say, well, it's not that important. Symbolism is important.
Very.
And that symbolism has been important to an entire nation of little kids that think like, this is possible. Because for us, we're not that old. And we felt like it was never going to happen, ever.
By the way, that's my #1 stream joke on Pandora.
Oh, yeah?
That is... Like, that resonated with so many people.
You think it's normal.
When I play the album, like, it resonates no matter who it is. Whether it's black, white, Asian, it resonates. Because they get it. They get it. Like, the adults, they know, like, all right, we didn't really believe y'all was going to be the black president. Like, they kind of give it up. Like, yeah, y'all got that one off. Like,
you could be anything. It's kind of empty. Yeah, you could be anything you want to be. Sure, yeah.
Sure.
Right. So, I mean,
well, I think with this whole Jay situation, I just really feel as though him moving in and making this deal, okay, first, I'm going to come in through the entertainment aspect. But on the back end of that, the most important part was when he worked in the language that he works with their outreach programs and their diversity programs and stuff like that, because you need the right person in that room that's going to have, because I think we kind of feel like, oh, we just need black people in that room. But black people include Candace Owens. Black people include, you know what I mean? Like Omarosa. No, we need the right black person in the room. And we do feel as though that Jay is strategic enough to not alienate people, but he's also smart enough to get those things done. Even if it takes a step longer, or if it's not as brashly done, he's able to get that stuff going. And if that wasn't the point of the protest, because I think a lot of people shifted it from I'm not going to watch the NFL because of how they're treating Cap to I'm not going to watch the NFL until Cap gets a job. This may be one of those situations where Cap is the sacrificial lamb for the people.
Yeah, Kurt Flood all over again.
Facts. There was a woman before Rosa Parks. Well, there were plenty of people before Rosa Parks. But just before that whole bus boycott started, there was another woman. And they had to look at the situation and they said, okay, you're not the right one to plan this around. I bet she feels like, yo, this is some bull.
Yeah, history forgot her.
Y'all just left me to dry? I got done dirty. And now because they made some concessions for this woman, we all getting back on the bus now? Because it's not just about you. And in this case, I almost feel as though people are looking at it as Cap is a victim, but Cap made a decision. There was a consequence to the decision, but he also sparked a fire. But not only that, when he sparked the fire, he still got his bread. He still got his bread, and he's more.
Now that's not going to be a mitigating factor, though.
I think it should be.
It should
I
be.
don't think so.
But I mean, like, even if
I
you
don't
like,
think
so start from Cap. All right, Cap. He did a public stance to keep it public. Jay has now come and taken it back behind the scenes. He has that seat at the table, but the seat is, in a tower.
Is it really
locked
behind
doors.
the scenes? It's front page
It's
news.
It's front page news.
Effort,
The
bro.
move itself is front page news, but the workings for him to work with the outreach program and change the NFL, that's all going to be behind the scenes. It is. That's Obama all
But
over.
it should be a two-pronged effort because you need people, like, for example, we're out there on the field and we do have a certain power being the actual talent of the NFL. But then you need somebody to come around and be the brains too, because we're the body of the NFL. Now we need people to become the brains of the NFL, and Jay is
And we've
becoming
been
one
trying
of the
to be forever.
brains of the NFL.
That's what we've been trying to be forever.
But that's what I'm saying. Now it's centered to the NFL again. You understand what I mean? Like, the problem wasn't in the NFL. So Jay doing whatever he's doing to the NFL.
But it's a symbol.
It's
No,
It's like a
so I get you.
microcosm.
It is. It's a microcosm, and
the secondary problem became the NFL. Though.
absolutely for the ownership and their
Right.
their lack of response.
Right,
Because
right.
they got the
representation they
protest
have in the league.
completely misconstrued.
Absolutely.
The
I don't
protest
think
was
they
against
misconstrued.
social
I think
injustice.
it's
social
They got
injustice.
angry that he
Well,
kneeled during the national anthem,
Absolutely.
and they
That's
took it
a
as
racist America.
I was
boy.
about to say,
right,
misconstrued implies that it wasn't meant to be done that way. It was purposefully redirected.
I think a lot of people
definitely was
are,
marketing
what I
behind
mean
that.
by
Definitely.
what I mean by that is people in their racism, they're also very ignorant,
Yeah, true.
and they take
It's
a lot of
comfortable.
things the wrong way, and they don't want to. And a lot of it is purposely because they are racist. I want to take it this way because but
Well, it was, but the NFL definitely was. They didn't handle it well, but that speaks to us having to have people in there who can, at the time that these decisions need to be made, say, you might not want to do that.
I mean, but-
Just that can knock a tidal wave back.
Oh,
Just that, you might not want to do that. You know what I mean?
Wait, let's go back. The players' union is black represented. They've heard that. They said the NFL has heard you might not want to do that. You might not. They've heard that.
Well-
Jay, and I'm just saying, Jay would be what, like 1/28th of the leadership of that league. What is it? It's 2010. It'd be like he's part owner. He would be part owner.
Yeah,
so it would be.
Yep. So
probably
he would
like
be
more
part
like-
of
Of a team, or you mean with the
of a
that-
team,
that
right? He's
information?
part owner of a team.
No, he's supposed to be getting a large stake.
Yeah, he's
So I
in
mean, like, when
line
you
now.
take all those owners, the Jerrys of the world, and all that, you take all those owners. How much say is he going to have at that table?
I get that, but a
At
journey
the
of
start,
1,000
not
miles starts
at the
with one step.
right,
There was
right.
There was none.
and he will become a bastion of like a place where we can start to build from. Like automatic, let's just say, if it all fell into place the way Diddy was trying to buy the Panthers. When we started feeling like, oh, maybe Diddy can lead this group and they can buy the Panthers, I remember there were a lot of us that was like, yo, we gonna be all in on the Panthers.
Yeah.
And it
absolutely.
would
No doubt.
give us somewhere to throw our weight as a people to demonstrate our power.
They had changed
But I
the
will tell you
logo
this,
and
too.
everything. It was black. It was the Black Panther.
I will say this too.
Dog, if
He
that
won't-
would have happened, I'd have lost my mind.
He won't have as much say as a Jerry Jones or any of those people by far in the beginning, but what he will have on his side is influence, which is always big.
Well, I look at it the opposite way. Once you step into that arena, now you have to play by their rules. You really think they're going to let him outspeak them on NFL matters?
No. But like he said, he got the ball rolling. I liken it to Not Sure in Idiocracy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He started the ball rolling to get these dumb motherfuckers to be smart again.
Hey Maleek, make sure you stay on with the live viewers too.
So that
I mean, I definitely love that the move was made. It's just that in this day and age of seeing so many visuals of us getting beat down, we need
Aggressive.
about 16 times the amount of positive views publicly to counteract all the stuff that we've seen. Like, we've been getting shot, we've been getting killed, we've been getting murdered. We need that fight to be visual. I mean, that was the power of You know, that was the power of all the movements, the crowds, the marches. It wasn't so much, they rarely paid attention to what we said because we were talking before those marches. But to see that mass amount of movement and togetherness, that was the symbol. Taking it behind closed doors to their table in their league with their rules, we wouldn't even see the fight, which is, I think, is more important than just the move itself.
I get that,
You know
but I think that would only be the case if that was like the only front. You know what I mean? We have to be in there too. Like I say all the time, we can stand across the street and throw rocks at the building all we want to, but until we can't change anything without infiltrating the system, it's like COINTELPRO all over again. We just got to get in there. That is a proven style that we know can dismantle systems. We have to be in there. We can't. Which is, I get into these debates with people all of the time who think, oh, we got to dismantle the system. They're actually thinking about when most people think of revolution, they think you're showing up to a fight.
Yeah.
And really, revolution is so many different things.
Facts.
Before that. So it's even down to like learning how to grow your own food and stuff like that.
Oh, absolutely.
But getting into that system and doing these, I think the Spook Who Sat by the Door is one of the most important. But I think every black person should read it, right? And that kind of thing is what we gotta do. So yeah, you're right. That can't be the only thing. Because we can't afford for somebody to be able to bury it.
Right. And see, so that's where Jay is probably not the right person, not to make that move, but that onus shouldn't be put on him. He should have stayed consistent and backed away from the whole thing. Like, hey, this is a personal move. I'm in it for this cat. Everybody would have respected that. That's Jay's hustle. That's what he does.
But somebody had to do this.
Oh yeah, it's just. Somebody
And
had to do a whole lot of things that Jay-Z could have did way before now. He didn't step up to do any of that stuff. And I'm just saying, this right here, if you weigh out the history of the moves he's made and whether this is a very, very lucrative personal move, it looks like it's consistent with his very, very lucrative personal moves that he's made all his career.
But that's okay because we also need the amassment of the power of having money.
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying for Jay in particular, it makes his argument, it makes his stance seem less genuine. And if you don't have the people that you're fighting for on your side,
it's
ineffective.
But that's
you
not a Jay problem. That's an us problem.
Like I'm not
you should
calling
say that's not a Jay
like,
problem. That's an us problem. That's a problem with our perception because a lot of times we go with this whole poor righteous teacher type of philosophy that if the person teaching me isn't struggling, he must be part of this evil system. Especially if that person is not trying to, because if this guy's going to give me a job, he has to own something to give me a job to go work at.
True.
He's got to make some money. He's got to be a part of something. So let's say Jay does get into the NFL. Let's just say Jay says, all right, I'm going to get in here, I'm going to get my foot in, I'm going to keep buying a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more until I'm at 51%. And then he becomes that majority owner. And then he does say, okay, I may not be able to make changes in all these other stadiums, but I can make changes in my stadium. From who represents it, from who works there, and then that is a symbol for us to get behind, and it shows our economic power. When his player gets the highest grossing jersey, they'll know it's because of us.
Wait. But he's going to make all these moves when he's an owner in the NFL. Isn't he already an owner of a very high-profile platform? He should have been making these moves already. Why go buy another team and say,
he has been.
Huh? No, I'm saying like publicly. Like he's
they call Rock Nation the hip hop.
Not everybody.
They call most people. It's a joke going around. It's a joke going around that Rock Nation is the hip hop HR office because they've been going around like helping everybody. When anything happens, call Rock Nation.
I'm saying, but there's a polarizing effect because in the South it's not that way. In the South, they don't the views down there, just like it was.
They need 10 years to catch up.
Probably, I definitely wouldn't look at it that way. Like, I made the assumption that they may be slow or something, and that's not the case.
No, you're talking about you are talking about you're like in the one fast place, and then
I feel what you're saying. What I'm saying is like, particularly Atlanta has more force in any industry entertainment wise.
I get that,
And
but you also got to understand
That's
too.
all black
athletics as well.
You
Right.
also got to understand too that the culture down there is still resenting New York.
Well, I wouldn't even say that it was New York. It's anything above the Mason-Dixon because of the way
Which is symbolized by New York.
Right.
Right. So, but I think the way I'm trying to word this is because down there it's more of I need to see you fight. Like I mean, this is not. I'm paraphrasing.
No,
Here.
I get you. I get where you're going.
But like the thought and the movement down there, and Lonnie, listen to this. This is a culture that has actually been enslaved down there. Like the majority of our people look like us, but they don't move like us. They literally wait for instruction. I mean, a mass amount of people wait for instruction. And you set it up here. Like our hustle is different. They work down there, but it's not a hustle. It's not like I'm gonna make this happen. Most of the successful people down there are transplants, either from New York or California, Tennessee, Miami. Like they come there because it is a gold mine. New Jersey, it is a gold mine down there, and you go down there, but it's kind of saddening when you look at it. Like we're kind of picking the bones almost as a culture, and it's the southern kind of feel that I've been getting is the way we approach race situations up north is more political, which is it a popular move to make? Where down there they're thinking consciously, like, is it the right thing to do? And it's a different way of looking. They look at what Jay-Z did as it's the wrong thing to do. It makes you look like the wrong guy. You're not the house nigga, but this move makes you look like the house nigga, which makes you look less effective.
Which is absolutely wild because that's literally like saying a person who was a slave goes, becomes successful, and says, hey, listen, I want to own part of this so I can make changes here. And then everyone goes, you're a house nigga. No,
but they would say exactly that though. Because that's the mentality.
Right.
Yeah,
they would say that.
Yeah. It's definitely going to be results driven. History is going to have to decide this.
Definitely. Definitely. This is one of those cases.
I did get I did see some questions on here. A lot of people are wondering, should Jay have spoken to Cap? Did he need to?
I believe so.
I believe he should have.
Yeah.
I don't think he had to.
Do we know he did?
I mean, clearly he didn't have to if he didn't. But I think that, from an optics standpoint, from just our responsibility.
Did we hear something that he didn't talk to Cap?
We didn't hear that he did either.
Well, they said Nessa said that he didn't.
Nessa said that he did. He said that he spoke to him, but it was kind of, you don't know what they spoke about or exactly how really.
I mean, I understand that question, but unless there's something out there that said they didn't talk, we kind of.
Well, Eric Reed did kind of slam Jay-Z's move, and then Cap gave pretty much his tacit approval of that message by saying, "Yo, I love you, bro. You never switched up on me." But I think that was
earlier today or last night.
I think it was a couple days ago. Yeah. But I think that's more from the level of Cap saying, "I have been blackballed. I should not be blackballed, and I don't think anything should have moved until I wasn't blackballed." But at some point, it's kind of got to be bigger than that, because at this point right now, yes, you did get robbed. It does suck, but I think that the people that it would affect with Jay moving into this position, it helps them more than Cap getting his job back.
Oh, let me ask you this then.
I never thought about that. But
you feel what I'm saying? Like, it helps more people for Jay to make this move than it would be helped if Cap got his job back.
Yeah.
Like,
and let's be clear. I'm not watching the NFL this year. So this hasn't settled it for me.
Right.
But I agree with the move.
Yeah, this is a triage type situation. And you got to do what's most important to stabilize the patient. The patient being us as black people and how we maneuver here.
And are we really about forward movement? Because we keep talking about get Cap his job back. That never was the goal.
Right. Nope.
It never was the goal. And okay, let's just say Cap. Let's just say
wasn't it either. It was to bring awareness to social injustice.
Yeah, that was the original, but then it shifted to
the
handling and the
let's just say Cap does get his job back. there's still police brutality out here. There's still unarmed black men getting shot and killed. So when they play the national anthem, guess what Cap is going to be doing once he gets his job back? He's going to be protesting. We'll be right back in 2016. We'll be right back at square one. So what have we really done? Are we about forward movement?
If Cap was signed by the team that Jay owned and Cap was not fined or kicked off of that team?
But before you answer that, continue your thought. Like, the opposite end of it. What changes socially with Jay's move? He may fix the NFL, but what changes socially outside the NFL is what it was about. So what changes outside?
I think what changes socially is that it sees that we're getting those seats at the table. I think that symbol is important because it's not only just a symbol, it's an action that's actually happening that can start to open the door for some things. I look at it like the whole Gucci boycott thing that was going on. A lot of people felt like F Gucci, F all this, and all this other good stuff, and they called Dapper Dan every name in the book. But what Dap did was, I'm not going to take my ball and go home. I'm going to look at these people and say, listen.
I got a nuanced view on Dapper Dan.
Because
I agree with him, but he got a little soft in his shoes.
I couldn't. Oh man! See, I couldn't fix my face to even say that. I couldn't.
Bro, I agree with a lot of what he was saying.
Because what he's saying is, okay, now that I am in this room with these people effed up and they made a mistake.
He got a little soft in his shoes.
So now that these people have effed up and made this mistake, what are y'all going to do for us to make us whole from this mistake? Y'all are going to start a program. Y'all are going to give black designers a chance to get into Gucci, into these fashion houses. And if you know how those large fashion houses work, the creative directors that go on to create these other huge luxury brands all start coming up through one of the established ones. It's not like some new person just shows up all of a sudden and creates one. So because black people did not have that access, because a lot of times we talk about where is the black luxury brand, this is the path to creating that. And he may have turned them being stupid enough to make a dumb sweater into the black luxury brand happening 50 years from now, because he was able to say, I'm not going to take my ball and go home. So even if it don't happen right now, he may have set the table for the person that's going to come to eat after he died 20 years before.
Man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Many people would argue what Dapper Dan did was show Tommy Hilfiger and all the rest of the branding companies how to sell to us and label their clothing and say, this is the black line, this is the rich line. The symbolism completely all over the clothing, littered like it was tic-tac-toe. It continued on many years later. That's his
particular style, though. That's his particular style. And a lot of people consider that to be historical. So he does have a lot of people coming to Harlem to come and see his atelier and sit down and appreciate it almost as a museum that you can come and purchase something for that shows the black experience through the eyes of the literal fashion designer of the modern black experience.
Right. This is the crux of it though. So that literally took whatever popular symbol was out there, Mercedes, Gucci, whatever, and littered it all over your clothing so that you looked higher than the people around you, which we all know that's how you do it. But that symbolism, that social symbolism, we get it. We get that's how they do it. Like not us, but like we get it. That's the formula to showing that, hey, I'm higher than this person socially, right? So that's how they do it.
Dad does it. Our American does it. It's worked out pretty good so far.
Classic.
It went to Tony Stark.
But what so if you notice those luxury brands before that, there was no symbolism on their clothing. Those brands were under the label, under the lapel. It wasn't showcased on the clothing itself directly
or discreetly or modestly.
Exactly, because it was more about the fashion and it was about the symbolism. We needed the symbolism. So it changed from being inside the clothing to outside the clothing. And it's been going on ever since. Like literally, as soon as they started doing that Tommy Hilfiger or Helly Hansen, I knew people that would just, kind of take the symbol and put it on whatever shirt they could afford to keep it moving. But it was.
But isn't that a testament to the strength of our ability as trendsetters and tastemakers in not only our culture, but how every other culture is almost derivative of our culture.
Well, I mean, if you look at what the young kids are doing today, they're doing the exact same thing, except for they're doing it completely original. They're using their own brands, they're using their own names, and they're taking that same formula. It's just that it's a less popular brand. If you would have taken, I don't know, the Hunters and put, you know, Tommy Hilfiger, that thing would have took off.
Okay.
You know, it would have overnight. So I mean, that showed them the formula, which is a testament.
So you mean like the way Dred's shirt? Who made that shirt, bro?
That's it.
It's Wayne Perry.
I'm sorry. Shout out to Wayne Perry.
Saquon Gillette II. It's called Carew.
Carew.
Yeah.
Ah,
so that's what I'm saying. Like that personal brand. Like this, the formula was in this.
They got
right here.
They got some dope pieces too.
Look at that right there. Like
wife guard.
Yo, that right there.
Busy Mama.
That's a real thing.
Busy
Like
Mama.
a Busy Mama original.
Busy Mama LLC.
That in marriage counseling, that's a real thing called guard your wife. That's a real thing.
I'm gonna need one of them.
I put my order in already, but you know.
I told him I need an I Hate Earth shirt. I thought I was gonna get it today, but he must have already been here. He was like, "Yeah, I'll get it in a couple days."
Come on, Deej. We gotta get you to work, Deej. We gotta get you to work, Deej. You want one? I want one.
Oh, she in the shop working.
She making them right now.
She in the shop working.
Double up. But I mean, like,
as
an artist, I completely understand what Dap did. I appreciate the styles because I was paying attention because I was, as an artist, I wanted to be like him. I wanted to do the clothing and from original. So when he started getting the flack for it, I didn't understand it. I was so young. I was like, yo, this dude is making dope clothes. And then, there was a lot of people that was kind of headhunting him, especially when the pro-black kind of cross colors and all. When they came out, they were just, maybe not cross colors and the owners themselves, but a lot of those people that stood behind those brands, they directly pointed at Dap and said, look, we don't mess with that over there. You need this authentic.
But they
black
couldn't
stuff.
mess with that because it was two different markets.
Definitely, I don't think they understood.
But
that
he
at the time.
did have to like kind of take it underground for. You saw the Breakfast Club interview.
Oh yeah.
But my issue with him was not even all of that. It was just the way that he acted. Like he could not understand why somebody would want to boycott Gucci.
Well, see, I watched the interview with him, and I think that he was like, yo, I'm coming from the perspective of watching how boycotts were done specifically with a goal in mind. I think that it irritated him that there was no goal.
But I think that the boycott is a goal. It's you did something that was wrong. I have to hurt your pockets for you to really listen to me, and don't do it again.
But see, for him, don't do it again ain't enough. Don't do it again, and this is what we need to make us whole. He was comparing it to the bus boycotts. If they didn't say, stop sitting, you got to do something for us.
I get that. I'm just...
I think he was just really indignant with the idea that he was getting barked at for saying, okay, let's get something out of this. He's being a pragmatist, and a lot of people, I think, were being idealists.
I believe he also.
No, I mean it's kind of the same thing with the Jay-Z situation. It's kind of the same thing. You got to. It's going to be results driven.
Well, that specifically, I think he said that it was reminiscent or similar to extortion. Like you don't like something I'm doing, and basically you're gonna hold me and my brand hostage to make me do something you wanted me to do. That's the part that really. It really, like, he was struggling and trying to do his thing too, and like his community literally turned on him and was like, look, we're gonna hold all your stuff hostage until you do this. I think that's the part that he couldn't understand. Like, yo, it's me. Like, tell me something or teach me something like that, but don't destroy my livelihood. Like, show me how to adjust it. And that wasn't the type of boycott that was going. They was like, no, we want this, and that was it.
You mean with the Gucci boycott?
Yeah, and that's what he couldn't understand. Even though they were talking about Gucci, in his hood it was affecting him, or in his market it was directly affecting him. Gucci had other avenues they can go to. He was like, yo, like.
But that was with his undying allegiance. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm going a little far when I say that, but not that I feel like he should have immediately just kinda. You distance yourself, but you distance yourself. You should be able to distance yourself from that point of view, which was the blackface. You can't kind of sit back and not have an opinion about that, and then say, yo, nah, but I'm over here working.
But I think he did have an opinion. He strongly said, first and foremost, as a black man, that is unacceptable. I want to talk to the people in at Gucci, and I want to fix it, but I don't want to go to Italy. Italy needs to come to Harlem, and we need to sit down, and you need to see me, you need to see my people, and we need to come up with a plan to figure out how it makes us whole.
I didn't even know about that statement.
Yeah, I think I saw that, and they did come,
and they came, and I kind of feel like that's way more effective than, because if we'd have all said, "I F Gucci, we ain't buying Gucci, we out," what would have come from it?
Well, something could have come from it, but we would have to stick with it because they want that. As much as they act like they don't want black people buying their stuff, not to say that they did, but some brands, they know they get a lot of money from these black celebrities
and the association. So, I just feel it, but
and that was the main thing to me.
You gotta have those people coming up. This is kind of where, and it's crazy because what was going on with that, and I actually heard someone mention this, and it kind of made sense.
Can you get on the live because he's completely ignoring it?
It made Kanye seem way less crazy. Remember that interview when Kanye was like, well, when Sway was pretty much like,
I didn't say Kanye was crazy back then.
I know, but a lot of people thought he was. He was like,
I didn't. I said,
bruh. And slowly but surely,
he sound crazy now, but back then,
I said it at the time.
There were signs like then, Katrina. That was the first glimpse. Yo, this nigga might be off.
Bro,
that's how the table
he might be off.
That was real. But you see the genius in that. He didn't say George Bush hates black people. He said George Bush doesn't care about black people, which I believe is true. I believe George Bush is not Trump is malicious towards minorities. Yeah. George Bush grew up rich and just didn't care.
Right.
You know what I mean? Agreed. It wasn't on his radar.
I think that we're going. This Trump presidency is going to make us look differently on the Bush presidency because now we are seeing in practice the difference between apathy and like enmity.
Bruh. Yeah. This Trump presidency is making me look different at all presidents. Especially Obama. I need him back. We got to change the rules. Get a 10-year term.
Trump got George Bush looking like FDR.
You know what I mean? Nixon ain't that bad. He had to leave.
Too bad,
you know shit is real when you say Nixon ain't that bad.
Woo! Mr. I'm not a crook himself. We had conversations that said literally, we can't make it illegal to be black. But we can make dope and weed illegal. We can't make it illegal to be a hippie. But we can make dope and weed illegal.
Trump sitting up there like, look, I know that car ran over all them black people, but it was bad people on both sides. That lady that stuck under the wheel, she was bad.
But what about y'all? So y'all ain't did everything right.
Yo, this president, man, he has made some comedy for us as a country.
Oh, bruh. That's how I start my set. That's how I just go in on Trump, and it's glorious every single time. It's amazing stuff.
That's what I was referring to when I said you was on some hard stages. Because once you cross that Mason Dixon, and you doing that.
Oh yeah.
But to still get those laughs, like yo,
that was
great. That's
listen,
a whole
bro.
other sense of humor.
Virginia ain't having it. Virginia ain't having it, bro.
That was the wrong answer, boy.
They get to look at that.
Yeah, that's because when he'll say like I'm in North Carolina, I'm like all right. So they see what set he doing, but I see the set. I'm like, oh shit. I'm waiting for the results. I'm like, oh shit, I hope my brother make it out.
So I want to let y'all know something, right?
What's up?
I don't know if y'all have seen it or not, but you guys are now podcast niggas.
What's podcast?
Ooh.
Podcast niggas is us. That's what we get. Yo,
we are podcast niggas.
You interrupted this groundbreaking conversation for.
Just as a disclaimer, I'm regular nigga, like light nigga, regular low fat nigga.
Okay, I'm just dudes in the aisle.
Yeah,
vegetarian nigga.
That's one of the podcast niggas.
Oh,
so like, okay.
But
I'm loaded.
We been that. We started that.
But then we got.
Yo, we gotta start answering the lies, man. Maleek is doing a terrible job.
What they answer?
That's what the question was about.
Oh, okay, cool. Great. Thank you then.
Yeah,
I was about to get on you for a minute.
He did. We got change gears.
Just so you
know. You know, So we won't be an episode of Crossfire out this bitch.
And talk about your feelings.
But
talk all kinds of dirty shit about you while you making comments on our lives. So please keep going. Please keep going.
Yo, it sounded like a Boys the Men solo.
But it was grimy though.
End of the road.
Yeah, he said, I knew about it.
And that's hilarious though, right? That's hilarious because that was the bull that left. That's the deep voice bull. He left.
I'm out.
He the one that left. It's only 3 of them.
I don't know who's gonna handle. Look, I don't think it's gonna be the fourth part of this harmony. It ain't gonna be me.
I miss y'all, man. I miss y'all. I'm real tears right now, man. This is crazy.
Who gonna sing? Ba-doom-doom. On Still in the Night. Who gonna do that part? Wanya like, I can do all this parts.
We get this for free, dude. We grew up with this. We get this for free. This is pure comedy, dude.
Wanya can sing all the parts.
Look, he like on 5 Heartbeats. You know I can sing this part.
Yeah, that's who's left, right? It's Wanye, Nate, and Sean, right?
Yeah. Mike left.
Mike.
Because he had a bad back. I think he needed a bacchiotomy.
Yo, it's always the deep.
Bacchiotomy. This thing was wild. He was wild, man. You're a lovely comedian. Like,
hold up. It's always the deep voice dudes that got bad. Blue had to get the cortisone shot.
You know what it is? They tend to be larger. It's probably that I don't know.
Yo, Blue was like,
diaphragm or something.
listen, I'm going on tour. I need this shot.
I need this.
Bro.
Doc was like, this is the...
Blue was like, cut me, Mick.
What was that?
Whole time sitting there going, come in, coach.
Blue wasn't missing no dates at all.
That was hilarious.
He had to hold down the fort, man. Paul was out here getting sauced.
This Maleek's job.
The questions aren't popping up.
Okay, cool.
All right, so we got to transition into these dumbass lists that we keep seeing popping up.
Hey.
Yeah, and we are updated with Canil's list.
We do have to update it with Canil's list. That'll be coming soon. I know that list gonna be wild as shit.
Haterific.
Black Thought, Sky Zoo, Black Thought.
Jesus.
That's a lot of onus on Sky Zoo, though.
Even with all those black thoughts.
Black Thought about now, but
Yo, you guys did it you guys did pretty good, man. I didn't really see, like, it was consistent because we all kind of got like the same lyricist taste in us. Like as soon as I saw the list, I was like, yeah, that's definitely B. I was like, yeah. Like Saquion, you right on. I never disagree with your list. It's just that particularly me, I'm one of those below the radar guys.
I understand.
Thought and Rakim are gonna always be like
Rakim
number 1, number 2
list.
for me. Like they just.
He was definitely on my list.
Yeah,
What's up with Nicki's comments on the lists? Mrs. Petty. That's her new Twitter handle.
So you meant about herself?
About her
being on the list and all that. Yeah. What y'all think about that?
Listen, as you notice, I've been refraining. I've been refraining from cursing.
She's wild.
What was the behind the scenes?
She's fucking stupid. Cause it's no.
Was it last 10 years or? Did
No,
they put
she said she top 10.
She said no matter the gender, like top 10 period all time. And I had an issue with the guys from not up for debate because for the first 15 minutes of their show, they like trashing the Beastie Boys.
Easy on the live too.
I know.
He said Black Thought is better. Oh, Most Def is better than Black Thought.
All right, okay, that's another. I don't know about that. I don't think
Most
so.
Def doesn't even exist anymore.
I don't think so. But
y'all seen better.
To say that Nicki has a legit claim to be top 10 all time is the dumbest shit I've heard this week.
It is stupid. And before, I don't want to get off this topic, but Maleek, remind me to tell you about Megan Thee Stallion before we end the show. But go back.
Yeah, it's just no way. I think I can make a legit argument because I'm just that well vast in MCing that Nicki Minaj doesn't even deserve to be in top 10 female MCs.
Let's do this then, right here, right now. Let's give her a rank. Give her a rank.
She's not in my top 50.
Intergender.
Yeah, just
whatever.
intergender.
So
Give
where
her
would
give
she
her
be?
a rank.
Is she top 100?
She's not in my maybe.
I give her a top.
All time?
Yeah, I was about to say.
I give her a top 100. But here's why. Here's why.
Hip-hop's been around
Because
for a
there
minute.
are
Exactly.
people- listen,
So I'm like, I
top
don't.
100. Here's why. It's not all about lyrical ability. If we were going strictly off of lyrical ability, which I think she does have
Okay,
some,
then.
if we were going strictly off lyrical ability, everybody's top 10 would look different.
Be different.
I think Pharoah Monch will probably be in my top
Facts.
10 if
I
we were
was just
going
about.
on.
Oh
yeah,
my God,
you know what I
was
mean?
gonna say
Trudge
Pharoah
should be in my on my
Pharoah
list.
Monch,
You know what I mean?
Cannabis.
AZ,
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So when you factor in everything, which I'm not going to factor in sales, that's the only thing
Jim
I
Jones.
never
Jim gets an honorable mention.
Get out of here.
Oh
How
my
rapper,
God.
How do you take this mic and
Nicole,
throw it
oh my
completely
God.
out the window?
What rapper have
Is
you
there-
seen improve more than Jim Jones?
So he's
during
get
the course of their career.
because he gets the MVP or the most improved player
I
trophy.
said.
Canil didn't hear the new album though.
Dude, I can't.
Just listen to where he started and listen to where he
Good.
is.
Yo,
That's all I'm saying.
He is most improved, but he still ain't.
Okay.
Come
No,
on.
I never said that. I never said
Wait,
he was.
yeah, no.
Is he
said the
really?
honorable
Is he
mention
really
of
most
him being
improved,
one
or
of
did
the
he
most
just?
improved.
Is he really most
Fabulous.
improved?
Fabulous
I mean-
is most improved.
I mean, no.
Yes.
And, no.
Yes.
No. I'm gonna tell you why. If you're fat, you lose the most weight. He sucked.
He sucked.
He's come further than Fabulous because Fabulous was talented from day one.
Right. But
Always.
see, this is
Right.
the part that I'm saying. Let's use Occam's razor. What's most likely to happen? Jim Jones just kind of got prolific overnight. Or
Not
did he
overnight.
Wait. Or did he hire better ghostwriters?
20 years of
Oh
rapping.
man, I
15
don't
years of
think he had ghostwriters, bro.
No,
I
because
don't
it
think
sounds
he had
like
that.
him. You can hear the progression.
Here's what I
He's-
think happened with Jim Jones. Jim Jones was butt trash,
Facts.
complete trash.
Nowhere to go but up.
Tuesday orange sticker trash.
Yes.
But he was surrounded by spitters. He was with spitters.
No,
He was with spitters.
Who was spit?
He was with spitters. First of all, the Dipset was with the Rock. So he was surrounded by spitters. I'm not even talking about Dipset per se. He was just
Even
surrounded
if
by
he was.
spitters. So, like, when you put in that environment, when you throw it into the fire, you improve by necessity.
I agree with you there, but let's look at it. Let's bring it closer to home. Like, for instance, Doug's in Montana, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ken was garbage before you started rhyming. That was horrible. Nobody knew who that nigga was.
I disagree.
Facts. I disagree.
So this Doug's in Montana became a real thing.
Yo.
Then this nigga starts.
The day I met Montana.
Bruh.
Montana.
Shout out to Montana. I pick
That's
on you. We
listen,
back. Let's
they got
show. I
it.
had to pick on you.
They got a self-serving reason.
Hold up.
Man.
Don't have him coming out the woodwork saying some shit about me.
You know,
No, I'm talking about y'all got a self-serving reason.
What?
Saying that- I'm not saying he was trash. I'm saying
I disagree. Like, I don't agree with that.
we know what Canil's doing.
yeah.
Yeah.
He knows it because Canil used to do it to him.
Right.
Canil would be like, "That was garbage,
That was
bro."
garbage, but it was fire.
Shout out
And
to
it
my
was
man,
fire,
Key-
right?
Key Senior.
And, the funny thing about that is, he used to believe it. Like, I gotta go write something else because he thought it was trash.
Canil used to not only would trash your rhymes, he would trash everything
So
about
you
your
know.
like whole life,
It was
and then be like, make you be like, "You ain't doing nothing."
Right.
Iron sharpens iron. I knew y'all. Look, the people that we came up with, and the people that just a quick to touch base on it. Y'all was always sharp. The only way you was gonna get sharper is by making it aggression. That team friendly stuff that we used to do, I would always believe that was bullshit. I would always act like I was your friend, but I would antagonize the hell out of y'all. I'm the agitator, and y'all every
facts.
single time, including this time.
That shit used to piss me off.
I fuck with y'all so bad on the way out of that show. This nigga got a choice. This nigga get married, start business. You're writing books. I would say I'm successful. I would say my
He takes credit for that. He really does.
Yes.
Yo, when I first started doing comedy, he was
Seth
like,
Rollins.
oh, I see you
Seth
got a
Rollins.
fire under your ass. I see you want to do something with it. I did that. You ain't do shit.
It was it's motivation, bro.
That man said he the Seth Rollins.
Yo, for real.
Architect.
No, but seriously, Jim, he was always surrounded by spitters. I mean,
Right.
it's Harlem. Like, it's Harlem. It's people that never came out on record that was super spitters that he was in touch with. He got, come on.
So we just got somebody put up Hell Rel, J.R. Ryder, and Santana are better than Jim Jones. Now, I don't know if that's are better or were better.
Well, yeah, we say.
But we have to say that Jim, by far,
They're
has
not better now.
Okay, so here's the thing.
the better career.
Here's the thing. J.R. Ryder sucked in the beginning. He had
mean.
one song. He can rap. He has rapping ability. The majority of his
That's how he
career
writes for
has
other
been
people,
trash.
so, yeah.
Hell Rel, why are we bringing him up? Hot garbage. Jewels was that dude.
But look, okay, so
Hold up. Hell Rel said some funny
Hell
shit.
Rel was flaming orange stickers.
Well, R was an actual ghostwriter, right? And then he came out, right?
Exactly.
So R was an actual ghostwriter. He was used to kind of jumping in and out of perspectives and writing for other people. So he was a
like
monster.
a contemporary, like Billy Bathgate.
Right.
And
So he had.
remember Billy
J.R. Ryder had
Bathgate?
Grillin' and that was it. Grillin' was hard.
So this is the way I looked at it. When I saw when I heard the record come out, I chose to not listen to it. Not because, only because I hate Dipset with a passion and I really hope they drive off cliffs. But for the simple fact that the dude's albums before then weren't good. His rhymes weren't good. He went outside of hip hop, got famous on this reality stuff, and continued to make his money behind the scenes on that. And then he came out with the best album of his career.
He's gotten progressively better.
That's all about to say. It's not like he just all of a sudden woke up and started rapping crazy.
Wait a second though. Lil Wayne is the most improved.
I would say
Because there's questions.
Absolutely not.
The questions disqualified.
Like
If he's the most improved, then he's the most deproved too.
Yeah.
Deproved.
That man, he came the furthest.
Well, those are both facts.
He did a 360.
He did.
I think he was
When
at
you
the
supposed to do a 180.
Yeah.
If you look at it, the rhymes that Lil Wayne in particular, when he first came out, those are kind of the same rhymes that he's doing now.
He's even worse now.
I mean, but like
worse,
the
gibberish
part, the gibberish factor. It was on, it was
Yeah.
on 9 before. Now it's like on 100.
But that's a crazy ride though. Like you went from trash to
I think
the
it's
top of the stack.
I think it's Jim. I think we're watching Jim do the same thing. I think it's more investment. I don't think he acquired this talent. I think he had more money to invest in the production and the writing of a great product.
But the actual bars are better.
That's what I mean.
I think Lil Wayne has put up musically a Hall of Fame career, but if he was a sports person, he would be a journeyman. He would be like Danny Manning. Remember when Danny Manning was tearing the league up for a minute?
Yeah.
And then it was over.
Yeah.
Tearing college and the league up.
So you can absolutely go on a tear for 3 years, but if you play 15 and
I think he's Mac. I think Wayne is Mac. I think he's T-Mac.
no, T-Mac was gifted.
Nah. I know what you mean. Where you saw flashes and he had a little run where he was like an absolute monster, and then it just would never come together. He was Allen Houston.
Nah, here's what I mean. Because his first 3 years,
You know what I'm saying?
his first 3 years at Toronto, nothing to write home about. First 3 years at Cash Money, trash. Then Mac got to Orlando. Lil Wayne became the face of Cash Money. They were arguably the best. Mac was arguably the best player in the league. Wayne was arguably the best rapper alive. And then it tapered off towards the end. That's what I like.
It didn't taper off. It dropped off precipitous. It didn't taper.
And nobody remembers everything else. It's like, bro, he been out since the 90s. And nobody remembers that. You're not judging him in totality. You're judging him from the time when he said, "I am the best rapper alive,"
Which was 04.
You know what I
mean?
Go back to the beginning. If you go back to the beginning, the rhymes they were literally gibberish.
Yeah.
But his energy and the all out attack was from his youth. He had something to prove. That was no different than a cannabis or anything. He was hungry.
He was 16 years old.
Right, he was hungry. So just his energy and the will I need to prove myself was enough to make him known. That middle section of his career where he had all the melodies and the hooks from Drake, that production had that wasn't Manny Fresh. Like he was on some other.
Carter 1 was Manny Fresh.
Right.
Then Carter 2
and
they ventured
they
off
started to
and
split. Like they actually started to have bad feelings towards each other. Like towards the end of the night.
Because them niggas wasn't getting paid.
Yeah. I feel a little bad too if I wouldn't get paid.
And that's still the issue today. How crazy is that? We like Cash Money has transitioned and changed over like 3 times already.
And it's still the same issue.
And the issue is Birdman won't pay me. That's still the issue. That's crazy. The only dude that came out unscathed is Gilly because he was smart enough not to sell his publishing to Birdman initially.
And even Gilly's testimony as to what happened behind the scenes at Cash Money and his writing for Wayne, that put a big dent in his career too, as far as the heights of his career. His longevity is in there. It'd take forever to figure out what he wrote, what he didn't write, when it started. So we're not going to go into dissecting that. Like people just don't do that.
Getting his second win now.
Right. But when Gilly came out, it's like, yeah, I'm doing this. It just seemed like the house of cards felt like everybody started coming out. Like, what was the Mums? Was it not Mums? Mims.
Yeah.
He came out, and all these people came out and just started snatching credit from Wayne, and like it really damaged career in that center part.
That's what happened to Lauryn Hill.
Ooh, yeah.
That's different.
That's actually kind of what stopped me from mentioning her when that whole Nicki thing came out.
Nah, you can't. You can't.
Talent-wise, no.
But here's what I'm saying. Though. You know I'm going to defend. You know I'm going to defend my girl. But no. The people who were saying that they contributed to the miseducation were not people. They were. You talking about people that played music and stuff like that.
But they are alleging that
nobody said they wrote. Nobody said they wrote her rhymes though. I don't care if
I don't think anybody said that.
Yeah. Which is what we judge. We're not judging singers off of.
I thought you said not just lyricists.
I said we're not judging singers.
No. I mean, when we
if people wrote ballads and the hooks and like the R&B stuff, that's one thing.
I just say
if they wrote her bars when she was rapping,
which is why Snoop I feel gets a pass because
that's like
Snoop
saying
had ghostwriters, but not for his pure rapping. Snoop had ghostwriters for sexual seduction, a couple of those other joints.
Right, it was out of
that's when he started working
so
with other writers.
Because I heard that. I had never heard that Snoop had ghostwriters like that. But then when that conversation came up, I said, well, if that's true, I'll take you
Nah, Badass has come out and said he wrote for Snoop.
Right.
And Badass wasn't writing ballads.
Yeah, he was writing rhymes.
Right.
Which is crazy because Snoop was coming out writing for other people.
He was.
So
he was. I mean,
he has the respect of his pen.
Yeah.
Because of what he was doing as a writer.
Not to mention his freestyle.
Now
Snoop is a pretty prolific freestyler. Like plenty
of times. I think he's a better freestyler over the course of his career than an actual rapper songman.
Yeah. Like so, I because of that factor right there, I kind of don't play stock in ghostwriting. Like when you can do that stuff instantly,
exactly. You have the talent. And
right.
What you've
but
done
still,
is what Lauryn Hill
that ain't good enough though.
Yeah, but with Lauryn Hill, it's like
having the talent ain't good enough.
Lauryn Hill is like if you had a salad bar and you were standing in line and the person on the way out the restaurant was like, yo, I put my dick in the salad bar. I didn't tell you which dish, but it was in it. You just gonna walk out. Everything is contaminated. You just like, hey, ignoring all that.
I can't go with that.
But now when you talk about like what Badass said, is that just I purely wrote your verse, or is it the way? Because I remember one time I watched an interview with the Locks, and they explained it as this: the three of us were all sitting, we're writing together. I may have a bar that doesn't fit what I'm saying, but it fits yours. I'll give you that bar.
That's called a tag.
And then you can give me a bar on something that you heard.
People do that in comedy.
Or with jokes all the time. Exactly. So does that count as you not writing your own rhymes?
I think that's close.
You feel what I'm saying?
Because
if that's what
nobody's going to be. We all have rapped before, so nobody's going to say that. You know what I'm saying? And you're cool with that. Right. It's not gonna happen. But I've been in the studio with every one of you guys, and it might be like, oh, yo, you kind of dragging that word or something. To me, that's
say
not
like
help.
This. Move the sentence I
think that's people who want to argue for people who have had writers, so they try to make the littlest thing equivalent to me giving you 16 bars and saying say this, and it's totally not the same thing.
Right.
I watched D-Dot on Drink Champs. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw.
He really tried to say that he helped Big. Guess what he said he did?
What did he do?
True. He said that was helping.
But that's a writing credit. technically
Bro.
business, but it's not helping.
Bro.
But it is a writing credit.
See, I like
there's
D-Dot too.
there's the legal,
Yeah.
there's the legal credit terminology, and then there's the street
But then there's the
ghostwriter
actual
terminology.
reality.
That's
you-
whack as
this
Guy,
hell.
you give
this
me-
guy made this whole song. You said true, and you want me to say you helped
I'm
to
counting
make
the
this
bar.
classic?
I'm counting the bar. If you make a bar for me, that's ghostwriting.
That's not even half a bar.
I'm saying no. If you make a bar for me, like if out of my 16,
That's
if you
a
make a
full
bar,
1/16?
like a
No,
Yeah.
1/8 of a bar.
Yeah.
if you make a bar for
And
me,
not only because it drug out.
Nah,
Yeah.
it's not the making of the bar. Listen, it's not the making. If you make a bar for me and I don't give you credit for it and I act like it's mine, that right there, I say is completely ghostwriting. Whether the person writing it considers themselves a ghostwriter or not. If you feel like
No,
you
I
need
Just
feel
a full bar.
right,
I feel you.
Like
if you
full structure, rhyme and word pattern.
yeah,
and all
not
that
a
stuff.
suggestion, not a concept, like an
Okay,
actual, like the
okay,
actual,
yeah.
No, I
and
feel you.
you take it and say, yeah, I did this, and you don't even
Right.
like you ain't even gotta say I did it. Just don't say you did it.
Right.
Yo, it was a dope bar. It definitely was a dope bar. It was a dope song. Yeah. Thank you for the
yeah,
credit.
yeah.
Thank you. It was a dope
My
song.
team
Don't
worked
say
hard.
that
Worked
one
hard.
rhyme at the beginning on the second bar. That was me. Like like
Nah,
that's right
I
to
get
me.
it.
Like don't hide it.
No, I
bro.
get you on
Like,
that. I get you on that.
that's
So
what I'm
so
saying.
where does Nicki rank? And are there ghostwriter questions with her?
I would say Nicki would be in the 200s.
Dang.
All right.
200 straight all time. I would
All
definitely
time.
say two. I would definitely say 200.
Dang, Lord.
How
High 200. I mean, early 200s.
Now, but here's the thing.
That's like
Male
the
and
7th round
female.
draft.
Yeah.
Male and
But
female. I
here's
definitely say. I say early 200s.
That's like the 7th
Here's
round.
my
That's
thing with
when
that though,
Tom
because
Brady
I
was
go
Right, dude.
I go dumb hard at Nicki sometimes, and I always have because I thought she had the ability and just
And she
didn't use
didn't
it,
do
right?
it, yeah.
Right.
But I don't see how you can make that argument for Wayne and put her in 200.
I can put
The
it front
only
and back if you
thing,
want. I was
no.
being generous right there.
The only thing that I would, if I was making your argument, the only thing that I could hang my hat on, classic albums. This is what drives, because there are some people who, and I don't even think she's classic song heavy, like Drake. Drake classic song heavy, not classic album heavy. He's the new LL, right?
Mhm.
Classic song heavy, not classic album heavy, right? Nicki does not have a classic album. I think we can all agree on
I
that, right?
agree with that comment.
But
I hate LL.
she is. You know who else you have to knock down if you knock her down? Jadakiss. I'm gonna tell you why. Jadakiss does not have a classic album.
Nope.
The majority of Jadakiss's respect has come from his lyrical ability, but his features.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
His
I
features have, and her features have been dynamite.
But
Cannot put together
an
an album to save his life.
Totally. I mean, when you talk about greatest, all of these things come into play. The only thing that it's a hip hop
Right,
rule
that's
to
why I
not
would
count
play
sales.
because you know how I feel about Nicki. Like that's the only reason that I would put her on a list. Period. Because Nicki played a role. She's playing the role. She's not hood. She's not from the street. We've all seen the behind the scenes of who she is. That's not who she is. But she stepped in there with a theatrical degree and played her role perfectly. Perfectly. You cannot get ghostwriting and everything that this industry is about. She is the perfect storm of all that. To make a product and make it sell and just go.
Oh, yeah, you're
Like to take the street code and everything out of it and just make a product so that it could sell. She had lyrics. She had a killer marketing campaign, like stealing all kinds of shit from Little Kim. Going at the Queen. Going at the Queen. Big's Queen at that. Like you going at Big's Queen. Like that was perfect. And she wasn't bad looking.
Biggest mistake ever made was that Little Kim did not straight Aikido that bullshit. She was supposed to work with it and go, I ain't got no beef with you. I love what you're doing. This is the new respect.
She was supposed
I
to give her a
co-sign.
cosign.
But
She was
hold
supposed
up.
to Diddy you.
Hold up, though.
She couldn't.
The biggest mistake was that Nicki turned around and didn't do the same thing because she played Kim, and she probably thought that her future was going to last a lot longer. And just so happens, Cardi comes around the corner immediately.
Yep.
Immediately, and she did not give her the same concessions that she was not willing to give Kim, and it happened right away. It happened out of nowhere.
Like a freight train.
It happened out of nowhere. But it's like, man, you didn't. The thing you was just doing to Kim happened to you tomorrow.
That's
right.
But see, I think that right there is what lists Nicki. Because of the Cardi B and Nicki confrontation, that's kind of what solidified the LL Cool J Kumo D beef, the LL Cool G cannabis beef. Like the beef itself helped solidify both of those parties on these lists. I think if you only took Up to Nicki and Cardi. Yeah, Nicki, she probably wouldn't list from what she did to Kim. But
did Nicki mess with Latifah?
Lyrically?
In her prom?
Lyrically, yeah. Yeah. I'm saying it's not a runaway. I'm not saying who wins. I'm saying, listen to what I'm saying. I'm talking about lyrical ability. I'm not saying is she a better song maker than Queen Latifah? No. Am I saying Queen Latifah can't rap? No. I'm saying that it's gonna be a fight.
So is it going on 12? Or
I don't know.
Nah,
I haven't.
It ends in the dressing room. It ends as soon as she put on her boot or whatever she uses to go and get in the ring. It's over. Next.
You're not talking to somebody.
No disrespect to you. What I'm saying is, Latifah.
Look,
longevity wise for Latifah.
This is a pop-up shop. Disrespect me all you want.
I get you. Latifah. Longevity wise, like, she's untouchable with any other female artist, with maybe the exception of. I don't think there is anybody.
But longevity doesn't automatically put you at the top. That was LL's argument forever.
Not because of her longevity. I'm talking about her longevity to stay relevant. Like, we're still talking about Latifah.
Yeah, absolutely.
As if she's part of hip hop.
But I thought they meant lyrically. Career-wise, I don't think she's in Queen Latifah's space yet. She has a long time.
So are we only going by lyrics, or are we?
I thought that was the question.
Yeah, that was the question.
Oh, so
and then another part
I'm
just going to add on as a tag to that question. Well, it's a little bit of a pivot. Is Nicki Minaj learning her lesson with Megan Thee Stallion, which takes you where you wanted to go? Is she trying to learn this lesson?
I believe so.
Doing it for clout?
No. I think that she understands that she alienated half of hip hop.
Right.
Well, the female, because they pick sides. Everybody kind of drew a line in the sand, and it's like, bro, the Nicki fans and the Cardi fans be ready to fight in the street.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
It's worse than
It's question number one. What they call you? Where you from?
You know my theory. My theory is the battle doesn't exist anywhere outside of hip hop. R&B guys aren't battling. Rock people aren't battling. No matter what they try to call it, it's not one king of the jungle like hip hop is. I think Nicki handled everything with Kim like she should have. She handled everything with Cardi like she should have. That's like going in the MMA octagon, and your opponent's across from you. You know you're about to fight, the bell rings, you're like, nah, bro, I was just playing. Like, you can't do that. You can never show your face in that arena again. She had to go at Kim like she did.
I don't think so.
And
I'm going to tell you why. Because we get upset with the 17-year-olds now for not respecting the real lyricists, right? But we came up in a time, which wasn't that long ago, in a time where if a lyricist that came before that was absolutely just dope, you had to be like, yo, he was dope. Mm-hmm. I'm the man, but this dude was dope. I like what he did before I got here. You might say you can't beat me now, but I like what you're doing. Yeah. I mean, when she clearly came up as the first picture that people really remember of Nicki Minaj was a homage to her. Mm-hmm. Now, but you can't say that.
But I mean, I wouldn't say that it was homage. It would be more like strong on your shit, MOP style. And I respect that more.
No, but
I respect that more coming from the mixtape circuit into a professional circuit. I respect that more than for her to be paying homage and you're not even known yet.
That was a time. That was a time when we still understood that. Like now, it seems like if you started listening to hip hop after what you say 2003, they know nothing before that.
Nothing.
That was still a time when you did something like that, like even with the whole quote unquote stealing rhymes, where when people said something to make you understand, this is what I like, this is what I listen to, these are the guys that I loved. You know what I mean? You're not stealing their rhymes. Like I'm saying it so you know who said it. You know what I mean?
Who influenced me.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
So when she did that, that was still in a time when that was the wave. When she did that, the first thing that everybody thought of was Lil' Kim. Now, you know, you can do things in ways where you try to make it your own, or even steal it and be like, nah, I wasn't off that. This is just something I wanted to do. Right. But I think that is more in this time now than that time. But I mean, I never disagree with you about that King of the Jungle. I just feel like we had so many kings that we all pay respect to, even when we thought I'm the greatest. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't necessarily say that any of the stuff they're doing is disrespectful on a personal level. Like, I'm sure if they saw, like, some of these young rappers, I'm sure if they saw like Rakim or somebody like that on the street, especially Kids and Styles and all them, they probably wouldn't know him, but they would know that this is unfuckwittable. That word is trademarked, by the way. They're unfuckwittable. Like, you don't just go up to Kiss and start talking shit. No matter how old you think he is or whether he's old school or whatever, the air around these artists is different. And this younger generation, I think their problem is that our generation acts like gatekeepers. They have a different style. They have a different way of breathing even. So for us to say that's not hip hop because of the lyrics, or that's not a good MC because of the lyrics, their criteria has changed, and they just wanted us to respect that they have a different criteria, even though it's under
which
the same
I don't think
umbrella.
is doable. Like, you can't just change it. But I mean, I like a lot of new stuff, so I'm always open to new sounds, right? But I think we are in the sour grapes era of hip hop.
I would say so, especially the celebrated portions.
They absolutely hate lyricism because you can't do it. And that part of that is, you know what I mean?
You can't mess with these melodies.
Yeah,
right.
I agree with you. I completely agree with you.
So you literally have people trying to change the rules because you
Shout
you
out to
can't
the
do it.
people who can know.
Yeah, there's a
Which
lot
is
of them.
why I gave such a heavy weight to what Kendrick and J. Cole are doing. Because not only are they doing it, they're doing it at a time where it's not cool to do it. So everything is set up against
And still
you to
moving
not do it,
units.
and still moving units. That's why they got the weight to jump as far ahead.
It
as they
seems
did
like
to me.
everything is against a lyricist. Like, even the way you sell music these days, the streaming and all that. Like, it seems like everything would be against you. You would have to conform just to sell, but they refuse to. They didn't dumb anything down, and they're still moving units.
Technology, man. Technology
They
killed
making
us.
jazz-based albums.
Technology killed us.
I mean, well, they got this, they got this kind of, because I actually started this little thing in Atlanta where all these kind of young producers come out. It's not mine in particular, but I'm adding to it Controller Rise. Check it out on IG, Controller Rise. Shameless plugs.
Here we go.
But I don't think the artists themselves, changed the rules of what was popular. Of course, it was the industry and taking that kind of music because it was a formula. I mean, once it came out with what we call it, mumble rap at the time, once that formula started to work, the industry did what the industry does. Hey, just keep producing that. And we as artists and gatekeepers and lovers and of hip hop, we found that offensive. The artists, on the other hand, they're like, look, I'm trying to eat. So that created a resentment where the person that actually, the people and the industry that actually caused it is kind of sitting back as the instigator and say, yeah, y'all go ahead and fight that out. Right. Yeah. I mean, I get it. It's just that I think it had to change. We built something new because it had to change. We made
it has to change in ways. It didn't have to change that way. Well, but this is literally.
I mean, but we tried to do it within disco, and it wouldn't work. So we made something new. I just think this is their time. They're trying to do it in hip hop, and I don't think it's going to work. I think it's going to create something new,
which I don't think anybody will have a problem with.
I don't think. I just want the fight has been going on for so long that, like, again, like the NFL thing, it's kind of losing what it is. Like, I'm not hating on you, young brother. It's just that, like, what you doing, what we did is completely different, and it's okay. Don't let them tell you it's the same thing. It's not.
I'm like, I think that very long time ago. The problem is in music, the people who control music, anything young and black, they label it hip hop.
Yeah, of course. We talked about that many times.
You've been saying that for years.
If they would have just said that this is another type of music, that's it.
But then, in order to do that, you have to be able to make the judgment of what is this particular type of music that we're saying is different.
Not to mention who you are, because
so
that industry
you
is
But
us.
we have no problem doing that any other time.
I'm talking about that industry isn't
what
us.
separates
So
that
how would they
from
label what we do?
Rap proper?
Yeah.
Should it be called alternative rap? Almost the way they have like the way now. What is it called? Like R&B, alternative R&B.
It's a lot of alt stuff. It's alt comedy.
That's what they
It's
call
a lot.
Yeah, that's what they call what The Weeknd does. They don't call it straight R&B.
Yeah.
They call it alternative R&B.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because it's not. There's not much R&B coming out right now. It hasn't been for a while.
So then, is this stuff alternative?
I rocks
rap?
with The Weeknd, by the way.
You feel what I'm saying?
We like The Weeknd. Most of this stuff.
Structurally, this stuff that people are doing is actually rap. But it does have a twist that may bring it outside of what the norm of what you consider rap to be. The same way, like I said, Fleetwood Mac and Avenged Sevenfold both perform rock.
Well, see, you're making a super point. The thing that I think is the problem is like, if the younger generation was trying to label themselves, that would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not. They're not. They don't even know what the hell they're doing. The industry say, "Hey, your stuff is hot. Keep doing it." They're like, "Well, what are we doing?" I don't know. Just keep doing it. And they keep pushing out, and we're just gonna call it hip hop because it's young and it's black. They don't even know what they're doing, so they didn't even come up with what the concept is or where this is gonna go.
But if you ask them, I think a lot of them will tell you that they are rapping.
Oh yeah, because somebody told them they were rapping. You spoon fed. That's what I'm saying.
No. Because before anybody told them they were rapping, I think they would consider themselves to be rapping.
Well, I mean, go back to Soulja Boy, which I say started the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I say Soulja Boy.
Soulja Boy, I'm telling you, I'm rapping.
No. He actually said that he wasn't. He said, I listened. He said, when people would jump on me, I forgot what that interview, I think it was Hot 97. He said,
It was Breakfast Club.
Yeah, he said, when people jumped on me and said that I wasn't a rapper, and then they would show me what a rapper was, I said, you damn right. I'm not a rapper. I'm not doing that. Right? And I think that right there was probably the most honest thing. And that guy, I think he speaks from the heart. He a little crazy.
He the godfather of all this bullshit.
Yes. He said it himself. And I'm like, how did that get lost?
But just because he's not doing that one thing that particular person was doing at that time doesn't mean that he's not rap. Like I said, Billy Joel and I don't know, somebody you could think of this, that and Mastodon both perform rock. So if you can have Billy Joel and Nirvana,
Billy Joel
that's
performs.
rock.
But
that's
it's so much more than that.
Yeah,
though.
man.
But it's considered rock. It's considered rock.
Is Piano Man rock?
They consider that rock. They literally call it piano rock.
Now, that's you.
They literally call it piano
I
rock.
feel you.
And Nirvana, they do the same. Technically, they do the same thing. Nirvana is considered rock, and just as rock as Billy Joel is.
I mean, but
okay.
I mean,
so if you can have that sort of a spectrum with rock, why can't we have that with rap?
because one, that's them naming them. We built this, and they're trying to name it. You know what I mean? I don't want to keep going back to that. True.
Yeah.
I love that. But, that fact was completely, it's been hidden for years, guarded with lies. I'm sure it's over in like Fort. Look, but
The
what I'm saying
sucker
is,
was simple and plain.
right, you know what I'm saying? But for hip hop, because they, you know what I mean? Shout out.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out. No more truth than that. No more truth to that. Look, for us, we only got the originators and the creators titles because they tried to throw us away at first. They didn't see the value in it. So that's why they stuck it on us. Oh no, that's some young black kids. So they worked so hard to stick with us that you couldn't reverse it. You couldn't reverse it. So now they're just trying to re-engineer. They're trying to just pack all of this stuff on it. Like, that's not us. That's not us. And they're not even saying that it's us. They don't consider themselves what we are. You go talk to amigos, they don't consider them to be the Rock M's, the Karis ones. They don't any of that. They don't even consider themselves to be the J. Cole's and Kendrick Lamar's. They consider themselves entertainers. If they could go, they are in the realm that they see as the last part of Lil Wayne's career, where he went over to the skateboard, he went over to the rock. That's what they see.
Okay.
And that we all know. We didn't label the stuff that Lil Wayne was doing hip hop.
But I hate that they don't look beyond their time.
Yeah. I mean, that's just youth, though. Nope.
Nah, that wasn't us. Like that wasn't what we did. Like, all right, in the late '80s, early '90s, that's when I really got entrenched in hip hop. But I still know the genesis of hip hop. I still know the goings ons of what happened back then. I still know the pioneers. I researched that. I listened to that.
But there was there was no vanguard for hip hop. Hip hop was still so young at that point. So there was no vanguard.
But there was still a history to look back on.
In their defense, though, we grew up as the first generation after the creation of hip hop. So we saw our parents firsthand talk about the creation of it. It was like, normal to us and stuff like that.
That was you, brother. I was there.
He was there. He was there.
I'm a little older.
You see the salt and pepper? You see the salt and pepper?
But with that being said, so we were the first.
You see the McCormick?
In fact, we were the generation that saw,
I got all that McCormick up
that
there.
saw the shift. So it was normal for us
down,
when hip hop went just from straight the culture to the business. So now these kids that are coming out now never saw hip hop as purely the culture. They only saw it as the business. So it's a completely different perspective.
Well, go ahead.
So me growing up, knowing that this was fully a culture and all this other good stuff, I'm going to have a little bit more reverence because this is part of my culture. It's almost like, picture being a person, I don't know, of like Indian descent in like 1940. The British is there, the British have stomped out all of our culture, and they're telling us that the only way we can look like civilized people is if we wear Western clothes. So there was a generation there where a lot of cats were thinking, I need to wear these Western clothes, and I need to do all this other stuff, because they had started to lose a little bit of their connection to their heritage. And then certain people started coming along like, nah, fam, what we got going on is beautiful. And then it started a rebirth of it. But there was a small period of people that couldn't fully appreciate what that was because they didn't come up during a time where that culture was respected and as valued as it should have been. And we're looking at those kids right now starting to come of age making music.
Well, if we back up a little bit, so our fight wasn't within hip hop, because hip hop wasn't hip hop at first, as far as commercially. They actually considered it rock. We fought against rock, saying that this isn't rock. So they're fighting against us, saying this isn't hip hop. Okay. It's no different. It's just.
Are they saying this isn't hip hop?
Well, the godfathers of their era, the Soulja Boys, they said that this isn't hip hop, and they started it. I just think right now the industry kind of took over and said, nah, it's
and I think a lot of people are feeling like other people are tripping for saying it's not hip hop. Like, how can you say that it's not? Well, clearly it's not, right? It's just you're young and you're black and you're making music. Fine. So you got, I guess, two different swords. You got some people saying, yeah, I'm not that. You know what I mean? And then you got some people saying, well, how can you be the one to tell me that I'm not hip hop? Because you're not.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. That's the problem. Let's just say Amigo song, Flick of the Wrist. Migos at the vanguard of this, or what some people say it's not hip hop and stuff like that. I listen to that beat and I hear what they're saying. Maybe I don't like the way they're saying it. I don't like the way that they're putting their words. But dog, they're rapping.
Oh yeah, I mean there's some rap there's some rap.
I may not like the style of it. I may not like the way that it feels. I feel like I'm the Bob Dylan fan who just watched.
Well, here's the thing too.
That ain't what I like.
No. Here's the thing, because I actually got into a lengthy discussion with some late teens, early 20s, not too long ago, and the discussion was about going back and hearing some of the older rappers and saying some of them were not that good. So I'm saying, first of all, I let them know there's a lot of trash in the 90s.
Facts.
But it was just so much good stuff. Right. But when you look at when you get back to a person and they're hearing of all these great lyricists, and then they hear Curtis Blow, they're like, he ain't that good. But I'm telling them, he didn't have an architect.
Right. Yep.
So when you create something, the guys that started out playing basketball, they dribble with their heads down.
Facts.
100 years later, we don't have to look at you know what I mean?
Something to build off, right?
Exactly.
But that's youth, though.
So but this is what I'm saying. So we watched the ability to be a lyricist go all the way to its absolute peak and then it starts to devolve. These people here on the downslide don't get the credit that these people do on the upslide because you have all of this to build off of. These people were creating something out of the clear blue sky.
Right, yeah. That's nothing. That's just youth, though. I mean, let's get rid of hip hop for a second. Like, you literally just talking about how your son didn't appreciate the advice that you were giving to him. That's just exactly what they do.
But okay, two things. One, but I am seeing a resurgence of that because I'm looking at my son and his friends. The coolest thing in the world of them is to listen to Camp Low. The coolest thing in the world of them is to listen to A Tribe Called Quest. Yeah, now they still like they Nav. They still like, they TK and all this other good stuff. But they do like this other stuff. But what I wanted to jump in and say is that I kind of feel like, even though I know what you're saying, how there's like people reach the pinnacle of lyrical dexterity and ability and stuff like that, and now these guys are tapering off. But I kind of liken that to the first time people started listening to like grunge when you were used to hair metal. Grunge, the chords sound dirtier, the guitar playing is not as clean, you're not getting these crazy solos. So to a rock purist who was listening to hair metal, they're like, yo,
and
these cats is killing it with these listen to Slash, listen to these dudes. You weren't hearing, Taylor from the Foo Fighters, at that time, Nirvana, anything like that. You're not hearing those guys doing that. So to them, they're like, yo, you're not playing rock right. You devolving what we did with taking guitaring to a certain level. So I think that even though we feel like they're devolving lyrically, to them, they're evolving in another direction and they're creating something else on top of what they saw.
Here's the thing. I told Saquion not too long ago, I don't know all of these things for sure, but my track record is like Gordon Gekko. I don't see anything that they're creating that's timeless, though.
Very true.
Nirvana created something, Pearl Jam created stuff that 30 years later was like, that was absolutely a masterpiece.
But life don't work like that no more, though. Nothing is made classic anymore.
That's
see, that's the thing, like,
almost nothing is made classic anymore.
We're talking about.
TV said you were supposed to keep it for 20 years.
But there we go again. We're doing it again.
We're talking about music, though.
But we're doing it again. Like, we can't judge another era.
I'm just using that as an example.
I know, but like, we're trying to say this younger generation, we don't hear anything based on our criteria of what we would consider a classic. But it's not our music.
But I'm judging the music. I'm judging the music as in I'm giving everything a fair shot.
Yeah, but it's not. I love. When you say classic,
there's not many things more that I love than being able to buy a new album, bro.
I get you, but what I'm saying is like most of these discussions never happen between old school and new school. It's usually old school and some instigator saying, "Oh yeah, that's hip hop," and we're like, "No, that's not hip hop. It's not the artist that we argue with. It's the bystander that has nothing to do with this. That's trying to categorize these two groups of music that aren't the same, but because they don't have an interest or an investment in it, like we all do. We all, young and old generations of hip hop, we have an investment in it. They are fighting for their identity. That's their identity. Whether it be mumble rap or whatever, it represents an entire generation that we can't see.
Right.
So
I've seen this play out before.
Oh yeah, and it's gonna play out. It's gonna be something different. It's not gonna be us.
It's not. But this is what I'm saying. I'm telling the story basically to the viewers because we were all there.
Right.
When this guy listened to all of that, No Limit,
Maleek.
and I used to get on him. Ken used to come to my house with the No Limit chain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I said,
fresh from Barn 3.
and I used to say to him, look, all of this stuff is fun. Nobody is going to love it in 20 years.
I knew that. I gave you that.
Yeah.
I said, no,
but that was my argument. But you remember me making those arguments.
And I knew it. And I said, I know this is frivolous. But I like it right now.
But it doesn't mean that it can't still rock a party. Because Cash Money Records taking over for the 99-2000, everybody going out there.
It's 20 years later, bro.
But
bruh,
I lost Illmatic 5 times and bought it 6.
Facts.
How many times you buying back that AO?
Oh, and we ain't even gotta buy it because we can stream it and we still buy it.
No. I mean, but you don't have to. That doesn't. How many times would you buy it?
Yeah,
I buy it every time, and I have.
No, you're right. I wouldn't buy it. But my point is that like I feel like
culturally, but that just goes for the
consume everything.
I'm talking about, but that just I'm using that as an example. Having to buy is an outdated thing, right? But I'm saying that it's the way that it resonates with you throughout your life. We're talking about things that happen to us as 10-year-olds. You know what I mean? And it's like, bro, we'll be 60 years old and still be like, man, that was a part of my life. It means something to me, to my core. They're not making that type of music. Now, there are some people in this generation that are making that type of music, but it's not that. And I don't think that will stand that test of time.
Connect to them.
We watched it not happen with P and them. How many y'all had that connection to it back then? You don't have that same connection. What's your favorite album?
Of who? All time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm certainly not gonna say anything about No Limit.
All right, well, I don't want to create an unfair comparison.
I mean, the blueprint, it was written.
Okay, so I don't want to create an unfair comparison, but think of those in the way that they will resonate with you for the rest of your life. I don't think that there's music. I think that they'll like it, and if they hear it, they'll move to it, and they'll think of their teenage years, things like that. But it will not resonate 30 years from now. And like I said, I don't know. But my track record on picking these things has been impeccable. And I just don't believe that timeless music is being made optimally.
Well, there are a few that are making timeless
No, there are.
Right. And just like in any era of hip-hop, you had a few songs that may have been hot that second, but you I can't tell you Father MC stuff that I want to just toss under the
Father MC.
Dude, like I was all over that stuff.
He said he want to toss it.
I would toss that stuff completely under Step Bird. Like, I was all over that, but now I'm like, I can't relate to that.
Father MC.
Which sister?
Keisha.
Man, look, New York put me on the Father MC. Everything about him was outside of sale. From his step haircut to the dye to the overalls to the graffiti on. Like, it was, when it hit, it was everything that I wanted to do creatively and move in that direction.
Just trash Father MC for nothing.
No. But
that was usually my shit. Just trashing somebody.
But look, once I matured and I achieved the visual stuff that I want to, I'm like, why am I still grabbing on this? Like, it's not like it's, any of the non-stuff that universally speaks to me. It was literally something that moved me for that second, and I needed to use it for inspiration or something. But now that I've matured past it, I was like,
I understand.
I don't even want to remember that part of my life. Like, get out of here type.
I understand. There's a lot of songs that I have like song shame for. Like they'll come on, I'm like, wow, I really like that. I was wilding, yo.
Yeah, wow.
I was wilding.
So,
shame.
What about that Megan Thee Stallion thing? And then I think we kind of should name our I Was Wildin' song. Like when you hear it, you be like, wow, I really thought this was fire. I should be ashamed of myself. But you're Megan Thee Stallion.
I think that we have to dial back our criticism of Megan Thee Stallion for the Megan Thee Stallion thing, because
for her using the name.
Yes. Because we never said anything to Eve for calling herself Brick House Stallion for years.
I did.
No, you didn't.
That irritated me.
I was your friend. You did not.
No, that bothered me.
It may have bothered you. You never said anything.
Okay.
Nicki
But that
ahead
bothered
of
me.
Eve or behind?
No. Oh. I don't know. That's Scenario 2000.
She got it lyrically or career wise.
Both.
She was basic.
Career-wise,
I think Eve is.
No, that
Eve is on the short
list. Like I
list.
said, that's Scenario 2000 freestyle.
Career-wise, Eve accomplished a lot.
Career-wise too, and that's why I say, because we technically still have to give Nicki time. She has been in the game for a long time. We have to see where she goes. But lyrically, I think Eve is on the short list.
Okay.
And technically, Eve is more reminiscent, or actually Cardi B is more reminiscent of Eve than.
I don't think. Well, Cardi don't write though. So, but here's my thing with that. Here's my thing with that. I found a space. I nuzzled it out, and we can all just chill over here, where we can like Cardi B and not feel bad about it.
Yeah.
Eazy-E.
Yeah.
We love Eazy-E.
Yep.
We never put him on our list because we know, but we rock with him.
Did he?
Yeah. So
Magic got Diddy on his list. That's crazy.
Magic got DJ Khaled.
Yo, he's wild. Oh, but before
Magic's
we gotta
list
get
is
to
trash.
that, I just want to say one quick thing.
The meds finally fucking with his head.
Know why we were talking about the Stallion thing? So just so the people that are listening, so they do know what we're talking about. All right, stallions are boy horses.
Yeah, yeah.
And not only are they boy horses, they're boy horses whose nuts work and can have kids.
Yeah.
So for you to call yourself a stallion is like calling yourself
A dude.
Yes.
But
I understand the term stallion sounds better than mare.
No, I mean no. It's more of the visual. It's more of the visual. Like you see a stallion or a Clydesdale or something like that. It's more of the muscle mass and the structure of a beautiful animal that is sent in that direction. You could just call them horses. You could just call them horses, but you don't. You call them a special category of that. And I think that's what they were shooting for that.
Megan the Thoroughbred.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Coin that, brother. Coin that.
It still don't have the same
ring as stallion.
Yeah.
No.
Unfortunately, colloquially, stallion just means thick woman.
Right.
Even though a stallion, like I said, it's a boy horse. It's a boy horse with his nuts.
He said
like
he got
the worse than just being a boy horse.
I said we had an all-time great and we let get away with it for years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
she
an
did
all-time
say
great.
Brick House Stallion
I mean,
in
come on,
every
But
verse.
look, our generation wasn't as petty. So we
let a lot of shit slide.
We let a lot of shit, but it's internet is
crazy because we the smart ones who criticize everything.
Right. We let it
Boy, you dumb.
slide.
Yo, we have people mad at us. They be like, oh my God, I ain't chilling with these dudes. Man.
They pointing out all the bullshit. I like bullshit. Let me like my bullshit.
Let me enjoy the peace.
But I mean, like, so, I understood what they were going for with the name visually because I knew what Eve was doing, and like Eve per se, her name definitely was about her body because actually she had it before she was Eve.
Exactly.
So it was definitely about her body, and I'm sure she didn't make it up. But I'm just saying, we did let her get away with it because we kind of understood what it meant because we was already thinking along those lines.
So we should do
that.
That's a good word.
Facts.
All right, now where were we? Magic Johnson's dumbass list, right?
Oh my God! And that's really? That's where we gonna wrap it up at.
I mean, do we really care?
We gotta address the list, bro.
We got to.
No. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I saw it, but like, do we really play stock in it or?
We have to laugh at it.
Oh, okay, definitely.
That's the only reason why we're not talking about it.
Let's
It's purely to laugh at it. This list was horrible. This list was worse than the original list.
Yeah, the original bad list. Joe Budden's list. That's Joe Budden's list. I don't give a good goddamn what he says. Joe Budden made that list. Gonna put himself at 3, nigga.
Joey made that list?
Yeah, he made that list. Who else in their right mind?
He leaked it. His mom made it.
You know, yo, we thought Montana's list was bad.
Yo,
that nigga had Pat Poose top 10.
Top 5.
Top 5?
Top 5.
Yeah.
No, you gotta say it right.
Pat Poose, Pat.
Top 5 dead or alive.
Yo,
Bro.
He's like, well, you know, Pat Boo's, we all right.
Nigga, I left.
Yo, you think you believe?
I left. Like, bro.
He got up like when old girl smacked Sophia on Color Purple. Oh, gotta go.
This list is worse than that. You got Joe Budden at 3, and then the rest, it's downhill from there.
it got worse.
It got worse, bro. But Magic was like, hold my beer.
Yeah.
Bro.
Trashiest list ever.
Bro.
I mean, did he really write it down? I mean, like, it seems like it's such a bad joke.
I'm telling you, man, no meds is finally fucking with him.
Oh, come on, man.
I mean, it seems like such a bad joke. It seems like somebody made the list just to kind of bring him back.
That Lazarus pit finally,
it's
finally drove him insane, huh?
Yeah, it did, and you know it does that.
That's what it does. The more you use it,
turn into Jason Todd.
Bro.
He
Drew
turned into the Red Hood.
The Red Hood.
He losing it,
bro.
He losing it, bro.
Crazy.
Like, come on, man. There you go. He got DJ Khaled is on his list. Wait, yo, somebody pull the list up, man, please.
You had it up, pause. What happened?
I didn't.
That was too blatant.
God damn, that was. Jeez, I heard
reunion show.
That was too much.
Hold up.
Not on the reunion show.
He said you had it up. Holy shit.
Yo.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I was like, all right now.
Keep it going, buddy.
That's how you do it. That's funny.
I told you in my day I was a Super Saiyan 3.
Facts.
Yeah.
This was
You had to watch your mouth.
yeah, that was nothing you could say without somebody. It was like a beautiful mind the way people would figure out.
Connected dots.
No, because
That's right. Because the spelling, if you switch the I and the E, now you're talking about the other version of there. And you're like, wait, that's a pause.
judges.
I'll allow it.
I used to hate that with a passion.
Yo, you ain't the only one.
No, just like that. We was on a roll talking about whatever, like Paul, and then it just all derailed.
You're the only one going. Yo, I stopped hanging with these niggas. I was like, yo, I can't
The
do it,
worst was
bro.
when we didn't even say pause. You didn't tell me, go, wow. You know, so, wow. And Randy just say, watch your mouth, yo. Wow. That's what we say, right? Wow.
I remember we had them up with pause committee. Somebody say something, like, hold on, let me tag it real quick.
Right.
Go to the huddle. Definitely.
Pause.
All right.
The black delegation.
Facts, yo. Oh,
We consider
gosh,
that a pause.
Oh, man, that was funny.
So
I'm
let's
trying to
No,
build
no,
this list
Boosie
up.
about to be out of
So
here.
while we waiting for Brian to get it back up. Pause.
Oh my God.
Did you see
Oh my God.
Trans must have looked at my face.
Oh my God.
Please slap it.
But no, so we didn't actually rank Nicki. We're gonna jump right back to that.
Yeah.
But let's rank. I said earlier.
He's scrolling through Facebook. He's not even looking for it.
I am. I'm on the hip hop web. I'm trying to find the list.
I say
I'm sure if you go in your search and type in Magic Johnson list.
anywhere in there, 200 to 210.
I mean, if we're saying there's absolute, because of course people make accusations, but I don't think they have much merit for writing. So, off of what she's been doing, her career, because we're talking about her like she's brand new. But Nicki Minaj has been making noise now going on 10 years. I mean, obviously you could count back the other 2 years with the Dirty Money videos that she was wearing hoodies and staircases, but I couldn't stand it. I used to fast forward through every freestyle. I couldn't. I hit Gravy's bars and I'm finished.
Nicki with the flat ass.
Dog. So anyway, after them old days, her coming into the game, I'm gonna be real. She's top 100, probably top 75. I would say so.
Male and female?
Yeah, I would. Because maybe she's never had a classic album, but she's had a string of hit records for the past 10 years. And she's had fantastic features. And unfortunately, the only problem is she hasn't lived up to the potential. That's the crazy part. That most people that are mad at her and don't like her as an MC, don't like her as an MC because they know she has incredible ability. So if you add that to the fact that she's had numerous hit songs over the past 10 years, she's been a mainstay. Great features.
Now the one knock about that for me, because I agree. The one knock that I have about that though, is that most of her hits have been pop songs.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
You know what I mean? But other than that, I agree with you totally.
And I thought she had like a major goose where I thought they
said that. That's what we don't know. If that's
Safari said it.
Credible, which
I
is
don't, which
tough.
I tried to believe him.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's
I
tough.
really tried.
You hear his raps, you hear her, it's like, nah.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Bro, she like rapping circles around you, bro. After you left. Like Wayne ain't rap circles around Gilly after Gilly left.
Neither did Kim around there.
Alright, I pulled up this bullshit. I got it.
What's his top 10?
Whew. Alright, Magic.
I think this is. I just.
Magic's top 10 list is
It falls off dramatically after 3.
yeah, and he should not be 3.
You're right.
Tupac is number 1, which no. Biggie is number 2, which I don't have a problem with. LL Cool J is number 3. No. Run DMC is number 4.
Both of them. They're not 4 and 5. They're just 4.
They're just 4.
Okay.
Like a Tribe Called Quest is 5. The Beastie Boys is 6. Big Daddy Kane 7. Big Pun 8. Big Sean is number 9.
Actually, that does sound like Magic Johnson. You know what? Because you know what? Technically, look, Magic Johnson, kind of white British. I'm just saying. So
Biz Markie
yeah.
is number 10.
Yeah, all
Is
those.
this
If you
list
don't,
of
all,
the last 50 things he's listened to?
no, but if you look
That's
at
what
it, all
somebody
of those,
said.
all of
That's
those
what
are
it
pop
sounds like.
artists.
Huh?
Just about every single one of those had a pop hit. Those are like radio artists. So if you look at him being right there, he never had like an underground or
Bruh,
like a.
but it starts to go in alphabetical order.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, that's why that part of it is why I'm saying like, are we sure we put him out there? I think he
Right.
did the first.
Or maybe that's
10.
in no particular
Okay,
order.
here's some of the highlights. You got if you make a list, you got to put it in order. Jay-Z is number 28.
The only one in his top 10 that was arguable was what? Big and his place with a pun. And his
Big
place.
Sean.
Pun not top 10.
Big Sean was 9.
No, but what I'm saying is that it's at least arguable. You can make a plausible
Big Sean is
case.
nowhere near.
I can't.
Here's some more
No,
notables.
you couldn't. What I'm saying is that a person could logically sit down and say that what Pun was doing lyrically, if you project it out, which is what they do for Big, they could see him being one of the top 10 rappers of all time.
Juvenile cracked
I
the
would
top
not.
30.
Maybe I don't.
You don't
agree.
sound like an idiot for saying that.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Juvenile is number 29.
Nah, you do. You do. Because for the simple fact, like,
List
In
sucks.
college, 16,
literally, Big Pun he really didn't get as famous as he got until after he died.
but that's
Literally, and on the movement of
That's
Lavita
not a
Lopez
knock,
and
though.
Jennifer Lopez.
yeah, but that's not a knock though because
It's not a knock. It's just a very heavy marketing campaign
Otis
after
Redding
he
didn't
passed.
get as popular until after he died.
Who?
So Otis Redding.
Oh, I agree with that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's not Big. Big already proved himself with a full, complete album that you knew he was the shit. And I know they liken Big and Pun together, but that's where they differ.
I mean, it
Big
was just
proved
short
that. It
career.
was alive and well.
Big
That
was
al-
at the top of the game
Yes.
when he was alive.
Yes, hands down.
Mhm.
Pun, I
mean,
love Pun
again-
stuff. It's just
Again,
afterwards they
You know
kind
what it
of.
is though? We're speaking from the standpoint of people who were there.
True.
I tell him all the time. We, as much as we all love the Temptations movie, we weren't there for that.
Nope.
So when we judge those people differently than we judge the Biggie movie when he hated it.
Hated
I'm like, it's because that was our thing. This is the first time we saw the movie and we like, yo, I remember that. And that wasn't it. You know what I mean? But our grandparents remember what Eddie Kendrick looked like, and that guy don't really look like him.
Mm-hmm.
But we thought he played a good part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True.
So
But
we
then
were
again,
there
you
for
know
that.
my gripe about
didn't know what
the
was
Temptations too.
Yeah.
Like, my gripe about the Temptations movie is like it's only told from Otis's perspective because everybody else is dead.
Right. Right.
So can I really take stock in that?
Is he a reliable narrator?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what the point I was making though is that we were there for that. So we remember mixtape Biggie. Like, so you like, bro, no, you know the feeling that was in the street.
Yeah.
Like when
Unsigned
you came up
hype
like, yo,
Biggie.
you gotta
Right,
hear
right.
this. You know what I'm saying?
I remember playing in the
But-
park getting the Big Mac joint.
But
That's
After
crazy.
Right.
Team came
That's
out
crazy.
At the park.
I
was
bet
in
you
fourth grade.
wish you still had it.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
but for somebody who wasn't there, all they're looking at is he got 2 albums. He got 2 albums. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all call him the greatest. Why can't he be the greatest too? Bruh, I was there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I
but
know
even
the
if you
difference.
take those 2 albums and you break out the standalone hits, Pun doesn't stand up to Big.
I'm not saying that he does.
No, I'm just saying for those people that would argue that, like,
saying that-
if you every factor that they brought up to make Pun a classic or top 10 or anything like that, he would always fall short because technically it was all the marketing behind it. Like,
Nah, that dude could spit.
oh, he could spit, but he could always spit. It's just that he wasn't a factor before he passed. I mean, they did the him and Joe did what was
Still
the
not
underground
clear.
hit?
Oh.
Twins, deep
Yeah.
cover.
That joint.
That shit was
He said,
murder.
I said
Oh,
Joe,
that
I
was
said,
murder.
Still not a player.
No, that was
Yo, I
that
heard
was
that.
murder.
Blew blew my mind. I said,
I
this
remember.
dude
And,
is
and that didn't put him on the map. That was arguably at the time of his
not commercially,
not a player and all
but
that.
it did it amongst my
Underground,
circle.
right,
The circle
underground.
people,
Like in the middle of Little Italy.
But when I'm Not a Player and all that stuff came out, I'd still say Twins was better. I'd say Twins was still harder and representative of Big
Hell
Pun.
yeah, but that was on the B side.
Right,
That's what I'm about to
but
say,
Big
yeah.
wasn't like that. That's what I'm saying. Big wasn't like that. Big steadily progressed.
Well, he also-
I can't even imagine what more he could have.
True, yeah,
done.
me
Like,
too.
Dude was flexing acrobatically.
You also got to
lyrically.
understand though that he did that, and you can't take anything from that. But he also had Puffy give him the game on the way that they did it is really what enabled him to be solidified.
Yep.
Because
I agree.
it gave him to be that lyrical. Not all of those guys got those shots like that.
Right.
And he was able to be that and still say, one more chance is getting ready to rock this whole summer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Whole summer.
He got to collaborate with a visionary, and not many people get to collaborate with a visionary.
But back up. At the time that they met, Big was on top and Puff wasn't.
No.
But there's
Puff
a
came
total-
No. He was still
On
in
top of
Howard.
what?
He was still the Howard dropout that was interning at
when you
Uptown
look
at the
back
time
at
that
it,
he met
but
Big.
he wasn't
was
on
still a
top.
visionary.
Oh, he was still a visionary, but
But Big
can't
wasn't
be a
on top.
visionary.
Nobody knew who he was.
Wait. This is what I mean by on top. Puff needed Big more than Big needed Puff. Both of them admitted that, and I think that,
That's tough for me.
and this
Because
is
Big
where I
does
say
not
that.
become
Who
big
needed
without-
who more?
He doesn't become that big without Puff.
Who
What I'm
did-
saying
yeah,
is,
wait. So who needed who more, John Stockton or Coleman?
No. What I'm saying is,
exactly.
Big is and was an undeniable talent. You could not have been in New York and not known about Big. It was impossible. It was impossible.
I think we're looking
You know
at him
that.
in his totality and saying that though.
I'm sorry. Say it again.
I think we're looking at him in his totality and saying that.
No. I'm talking about go back to the discovery. Big was killing New York before he even heard.
Yeah,
Before
but
him
he-
and Puffy. That was with him and
wasn't-
Clark Kent, right?
Nah, that was him and Mr. C.
Mr. C,
Mr.
where they
C,
did the
yeah,
mixtape, and it was killing New York. It was you could not be anywhere in New York and not hear Big.
And 50 grand.
Right, like
But it's gonna-
that's how Puff heard about him
more
down
for
there.
him than that.
Yeah, unsigned hype. Maddie
Right,
C.
and like that's what I'm saying. Like Pun had
I
one of
think
the
I still have
hottest
that
underground.
magazine.
Right, Pun had one of the hottest underground cuts in Twin. He didn't get that buzz, and he was with Joe already
He came from
established.
GTIC.
Right, he had every roadmap he needed, and it's just
needed
he
a hit,
didn't.
though.
Right, he didn't hit, but until
No, so he needed a hit. He got it with Still Not a Player, but he didn't live but another year after that.
no, I'm talking
Nah,
like
he died before still not playing drive.
right.
Nah, he died in 2000.
He
Still
died
not
right
a player.
when
Was
98, 99.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
still not a
Yeah,
player.
baby.
Yeah.
was coming out.
Right.
He
And
died.
yeah, Baby was like the real coming out party.
Right,
Even
right.
though still not a player, he was starting he was showing flashes of what it could have been.
Right.
But then Baby dropped and he died just before that.
Yeah.
But like even
Right
The
there.
then,
trajectory was going.
I feel like he had a shot.
I think it was more plateau. It was more of a plateau when Baby dropped. Not a player and all that. That was a high bar to reach. I don't think what he was doing after that would have reached that. I think it would have been a sophomore jinx,
Yup.
and it would have hurt him.
Think so?
Yeah.
I don't think that would have been that
know.
way with Big.
That
That's
Donnell,
what's
that Donnell Jones record was strong.
It's so hard. Pause.
That
Yeah,
Donnell,
True,
that Donnell
but-
Jones record was strong.
True. But one of the biggest appeals about that particular album and that track in general was the fact that it was after Pun died.
Man, my
it was-
favorite
it's
Punk
like
song is on that album.
Huh?
100%.
Yo,
But like you know,
Bruh.
100% was another where they did the Puerto Rican Day Parade and had all his floats up there, his memorial. Like the movement after that, which was the La Vida Loca, what's his name, Mark Anthony and Jennifer Lopez movement. They literally grabbed Pun and said, "We taking his memory with us," and that's how it went. I don't think him and Big should have been compared. They kind of put him as the next big teddy bear. And
I was about to say, you got to look at it like, okay, you have two lyrical guys overweight, died young,
Caribbean dudes.
and died young.
Yeah.
That's enough right there to cement you at the hip forever.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think because of that marketing behind one big and two the Latin movement, it pushed Pun higher than he would have if you just looked at Pun like we were just looking at Big.
I mean, I don't know, because Capital Punishment did go platinum.
I mean, that went platinum after he died as well. It didn't go platinum before he died.
No. It went platinum before.
With the doing with the goggles, right?
Yeah, I think that went before.
We gotta check those
It was at least gold.
Oh, it was definitely.
I thought it went platinum.
It went platinum.
I agree with Isley.
It was definitely gold.
If I'm not mistaken, that's the thing that Pun talked about. That Capital Punishment went platinum.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe so.
And I think he mentioned it like, yo, we really about to build on it. Which is why,
then they got upset because they thought they got robbed
at the Source Awards. Right. So he spit balls about that.
Yeah, he did.
Both hands taken off by drones and jerked like the Source Awards.
Joe and them, they always complaining about awards. They still getting mad at what's his name.
Jay-Z?
No, 3.
He ain't mad at Ho no more. He signed.
He was a little butt sore with that. I mean, he was butthurt as a sweet.
He said butt sore.
That's real.
Damn.
Sitting too
long.
That's real. Bed sores.
That's real.
No, I'm just saying, like, I in my personal opinion, I really like Pun. It's just I feel that he got an unfair kind of symbolism because of the movement and his untimely passing, which they all kind of got. It's just that we can argue.
I think you just got to look at you say unfair, but some may say it's deserving. Because I say that unfair would be like undeserving of it, right? Yeah. Because we feel like he had the ability. Whereas the same thing is happening now with my guy, Neighborhood Nip. He a cultural icon now. Yeah. That was underground rapper. He was just out of being an underground rapper when he died, right? And now people are saying like, oh, you didn't love him before you know. But I feel like, okay, a lot of people didn't, but he deserved it. So bring it on.
Let him get his love.
You know what I mean?
That's right. Don't try to keep it to yourself. If you love him, you gotta share him with the world. Right. Exactly. So that's what it's like. Yeah, it does. It definitely does happen. But you always got to boost the 10% when you Puerto Rican now.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that.
I mean, you got a built-in culture and nation on your back.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
And what was crazy was it didn't matter what you did in the it didn't matter what you did in the land form of the United States because he was killing it in Puerto Rico. Daddy Yankee and your boy, what's his name? The one you hate.
Pitbull.
Somehow these guys are.
How is this nigga getting gigs? How is he getting booked?
Because he has the world's best manager. I tell this to judges all the time. The greatest manager in history. Whoever business partner, whoever went to Pitbull and said, take them airbrush t-shirts off, put this suit on, and start rapping about flying around the world with pretty girls. Over dance techno beats.
Not to mention
killed the game.
Not to mention you take the number one
hand over fist.
He killing the game.
He got his own cruise. He does residency in Vegas.
He killing the game,
made
bro.
High life party rap over techno pop beats. Get dressed and be the international cool rich dude.
Make sure you have a white vest on at all times.
Is that hip-hop?
No, it's reggaeton.
No, it's not hip-hop.
Reggaeton.
It's a hip-hop.
Let them figure that out. That's reggaeton.
That's a good question. It has hip-hop elements.
Hey, that's not our fight, man. That's not our fight. That's reggaeton. Let them figure that out.
Is Lumi D hip-hop? Hell no.
A lot of people consider her having hip-hop elements. I was there. I lived in Spanish Harlem.
Come on, Maleek. Stop being a politician, dude. Hip-hop elements. It's hip-hop elements.
Yeah, because who was it? Blondie? She has hip-hop elements.
Walk This Way had hip-hop elements.
That had Run DMC.
I mean, take Kings to the Old Town has hip-hop elements. They were
rapping. I wouldn't say Steven Tyler was rapping.
That's what I'm saying. So maybe what Pitbull is doing over these tracks, he's personally rapping, but he's not rapping over hip hop music.
I need this dude to
That's
stop
what I'm
getting
saying.
bored.
Yeah, so they hip hop.
I'm tired of this dude
That's
getting
that's
bored.
So
completely
how is
different though.
Walk This
'Cause
Way a hip hop track if they're rapping over non-hip hop music?
I wouldn't even go that
Pitbull
far.
is rapping
Well, they put
over
the
non-hip hop
different.
music.
They did put those hip hop drums in there though.
They got hip hop drums.
Which was-
on these
No.
I think we're thinking too big about it. I think we're thinking too big about it. I don't think anyone wants Pitbull, so they don't want him categorized with them. We
No, I
trying to
was
figure out
just.
where he goes.
It was just there. It was
Yeah,
later.
yeah. No, I understand completely.
I'm just saying, like, he's probably the #1 artist in the #1 language in the world. So it's like, you really, I mean, it's so vast where he's selling it. Like, we had to struggle to get there as hip hop.
His manager's a genius.
He made some pretty good moves from the soundtracks he got on the
But
Kevin
that's
Hart
just
movies. Like,
our experience is so confined.
yeah.
Being a Black American,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Because
Where else would it exist?
we have a bunch of family,
Ados.
but they don't relate to us on that cultural level.
Right.
I mean, they do now, but not in that
Mm-hmm.
grassroots. Like, they can always, like you said, they can always go to anywhere in South America and sell out.
I don't know.
We can't go over.
It's a connected.
Yeah,
It's a connected culture. We may have small differences, but we are a connected culture.
Right.
I mean, well, hip hop specifically is attributed to the African American culture, right?
Right.
So we don't technically exist anywhere outside of
That's
America.
what I was saying.
Right.
Yeah,
Which they thought would pigeonhole hip hop.
But it hasn't.
It
Yeah, right,
definitely has not. That, if anything, hip hop has opened up, especially in Asia. It's opened up
But you look at that
communication bridges.
because Asia is so class
Traditional. yeah.
class heavy.
That's where they.
So, what would sound better to a kid who's in a lower class situation in Asia than these black people who are the lower class in America and who is actually kept in that lower class by structure, much the way they are? They're people they can't marry there. Nah, you're in the lower class. You can't come here.
But
you
even-
feel what I'm saying? So
yeah,
they
you're right.
identify with it. They're like, oh, I know the feeling of wanting to give the middle finger to establishment.
Yeah, they
and
definitely
wanting to
agree with
go
that.
grab
They-
my nuts or whatever or something like that. You know, assert myself.
And what's crazy about that is, but they don't identify with us. They
Of
actually
course.
try to erase us from the music and the culture once it's over there. So
Well,
that's
but it's funny though, because now you also look in like Japan right now. Big thing is, did you see those cats putting naps in their head?
Yeah.
They making their hair nap.
But you know what
Or they
though?
give themselves waves.
They live in such a controlled
Naps and
environment
waves, yo.
that they didn't see black people like that.
Exactly.
I mean, even if
One of
they-
my friends went over there and he was like, people wanted to
Stare
like,
at
touch
you,
him.
touch your hair.
Yeah.
Well, dude, I live
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
They was calling me Shaquille O'Neal.
I mean,
They
I'm not,
didn't know any of us.
again, I'm not talking to you.
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
I know what you're
I
talking
mean,
about.
this
What
is
I'm
for the
saying,
conversation.
right? What I'm saying is, I saw it. Like, it's not like they're a fan of our culture. They're a fan of the music, and they don't want us in it.
That has been our experience.
Yeah, like everywhere. That's just how it is. So they'll, like you, I was kind of surprised to see that on Facebook. Them going through the technique of making.
It was
their
like
hair
so
nap.
tedious.
Yeah, if like 3 people on the guy's
Crazy.
head, I was like, that's dedication too.
Facts.
But like if you look at their advertisements, if you look at their concerts, and even if you have an American artist going over, they very
They put
rarely
the black dude in the washing machine, and he came out Japanese.
Bro.
I said, yo, y'all off the chain.
Thank you, brother Maleek. Because I didn't want to say it, but
Yo, he was hot. Did you see that commercial?
No, I did not.
Yo, it's a. I believe she's Japanese. She's either Japanese or Korean, if I'm not mistaken. And she's in the house with a black dude. And he's trying to flirt with her. He giving her the look. She's like, come here. He came over to her. Well, I guess he went in for the hug. She dipped him and tossed him in the washing machine. Hits the cycle, drops the soap pot in. Your man popped out. A nice white Asian boy.
I seen that. I saw
And
it.
it's regular.
It was
It's
like,
regular.
try our soap.
Yeah,
It gets
I
even
seen
the
that.
dirtiest stuff clean.
That's
Bruh.
a regular thing,
Yeah.
dude.
I
That's
saw
a
that.
regular
Yo. I
thing.
saw that shit. Y'all seen this on
A
Facebook?
televised ad.
Word.
That is a regular thing over there.
Just dip that man and toss him straight in the The washing machine, basically.
When I was over there, they used to have game shows on where they were doing similar things to blackface.
Yeah, and they run around in gorilla outfits and stuff like that. Yeah, I've seen some of that stuff. I mean, I'm like, y'all wild.
Our culture, in specific, the black culture, is rarely accepted anywhere in the world. I mean, we know America is racist and it's built on racist things, but it's not many places you can go in Europe that you're not gonna get called something. And you definitely can't go to Africa without them knowing that you're not one of us. So.
I'm actually going.
Yeah,
I'm
Africans though have been a lot. There's always outliers, but I think as a whole, Africans are really accepting of African Americans, and that was something that we were told was not true.
And look what's going on with Ghana.
Here
like this year was supposed to be, what was it? The year of return.
Yeah,
you know, Ghana has a program where
I thought about
going. A descendant of slavery, you can go to Ghana. They will give you a parcel of land for you to live and build your homestead in the house. In Ghana, they will give you land to build.
You got to set up citizenship first?
Yeah,
they will give you citizenship. Yep, they will give you citizenship to Ghana if you want to come back home.
Yep, 400 years since slavery.
Wow. So they call it the year of return.
Yep.
The year of return?
Mm-hmm. The year of return.
It's 1619 to 2019.
Yep.
And that's a program?
Mm-hmm.
In Ghana right now.
I actually thought about it. I'm not joking.
I know you did.
I
know you did, sincere.
Hitting. Man, but speaking of Europe and all
if I could get a 25-year-old T-Boss, I'll be gone in 5 minutes.
That's hilarious. Yo, I can't wait to go. The fam got land out there.
I can dig it.
Plenty of land. The village. I missed out last year. I'm frustrated. So next year, I'm going with the fam.
Let's do it.
So it's safe to say that this is going to be a two-part episode.
We got to do it again.
We have I mean, we've been in.
We
had to do like 2 hours.
Yeah. We over 2 hours.
We heading on 3 hours.
Damn.
Yeah, we gotta wrap this up.
So we got 3.
But we may be able to get another episode out of this before everybody leaves.
Yeah, I say we do it.
I'm with it.
I'm with you.
So we could do it, come back, do it again, and have like 6 episodes.
Sure, let's do it. Sounds like a plan.
I've been in town for a minute, man.
I'm with it.
Yeah, let's make it happen.
All
right.
Look, and it's not gonna be till after though. I want to give a recap. We're doing Italy, so I'm trying to figure out where to go, what to do.
I can tell you where not to go.
Yeah.
Don't listen to Canil. I'm not. Listen. I'm not saying he's not smart and doesn't know. I'm saying that he's a pessimist.
Yeah, true.
Facts.
We gotta talk because we're doing Rome, we're doing Venice, we're doing Naples, we're doing Amalfi Coast.
Actually, I'm not a pessimist. Let me clarify. I'm not a pessimist, right? What I am is experienced.
Okay.
So I try to show you the potholes just so you can avoid them. But I still want us to travel on that road. Okay. I never say let's not do it. I never say don't go. I said I can tell you where not to go.
Yeah.
I still want you to go. So the experience.
Let's do it. Yeah, all right. We got to chop it about the
But he has a pessimistic view of the circumference of the pothole.
I wouldn't even say that.
I'm just messing with you.
Look, if anything,
Canil.
Look. I gotta tell you, if anything, I'm a positive dude. I am. I don't accept any.
Say something positive about Dipset.
Damn. They are positively garbage. Very positive statement. Losing one direction. It's clear, it's concise. My opinion. Enforce it on others.
That's hilarious.
That's how it feels. But I'm saying, I don't accept. Look, for me and my people, y'all, and a few choice others, I don't accept negativity from you or for you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So when you guys tell me, oh, we can't do this or we can't do it, I'm gonna be like, look, nah, that's not good. I don't think we should do this or I don't think we should do that. because I think you can do it better over that way. And then that's my opinion. I gotta get out your way or whatever. But I kind of get that thing that I'm a negative dude, and I'm not. I'm just kind of no nonsense, and I just I move in I just kind of move in, like, y'all had groups. Y'all was popular guys. Y'all had movements that you were doing. I came from an area where it was just Canil, and everybody said, yeah, that doesn't look good, that doesn't look good, that doesn't look good. And I had to make this shit hot. I make dope shit, by the way. I had to make the shit hot to the point where before I brought it out, you couldn't deny it. And if you did, I know it was pure hate. You was there. I know it was pure hate. So when I kind of developed a thing where I just don't take on negativity. I just don't. I don't see it. But it kind of comes off like I'm being an ass, and it's not that. It's not.
I get it. I get it.
You protecting your own.
I get it.
You've gotten to the point where negativity just bounces off, but it looks like you're spewing it out.
True. the way it look like the moon shines.
Right.
But it's actually just reflecting the sun.
But see, this is the thing. If you step out, like what's crazy is if you step outside of this circle, if you step outside of my circle. No one ever says anything. They don't say I'll complain about them. They don't say I'll put them down. I only do that within this circle. Everybody else I don't really care about.
Like you tell your kids. Yeah.
You can burn and crash. I see you make a mistake, so you got it. I'll keep it moving.
Right.
If I'm criticizing you or I'm doing my little manipulation or whatever, it's most likely not about whatever it is I'm talking about. Though I actually do hate Dipset. That's not a manipulation. I hate that. But anyway, like, you know, y'all my peoples, and I hope I never really come off.
Oh nah,
this is jokes.
Good.
Yeah.
Outside that circle,
jokes.
I really do hate y'all.
We only serious.
Fast.
Yeah.
So we coming back and we doing this again?
Yeah, we do this again.
Yes.
We definitely doing this again. This has been episode 100.
100!
101 and 102 of BoomBox Life Radio, man. We are back. For Brian
Yeah, baby.
Saquion Gillette, Canil 1000, and Maleek, Cool Breeze, Cool Berry. We will see y'all again soon.
Yes!
Later.
Yeah.
You can stop, bro.